Welcome to Turf Moor, where everyone is welcome.
We play as one.
And together you can play your part.
Today is a dedicated Rainbow Laces fixture.
A symbol of allyship and solidarity with the LGBTQ community within sport.
Turf Moor is one club for all.
There is no room for homophobia.
There is no room for sexism.
There is no room for discrimination in any form or anywhere.
This is everyone's game.
Lace up, speak up. If you witness or experience discriminatory behaviour, please report it as soon as possible.
Text Claret's Respect to 66777.
Together, everyone enjoys today's game.
Good evening and welcome to Turf Moor for Burnley's rearranged game against Tottenham Hotspur. Burnley against Tottenham in the Premier League. We kick off at 7:30. Today is a dedicated Rainbow Laces fixture to celebrate and show solidarity with the LGBTQ+ community, sharing the message football is for everyone. Burnley Football Club would like to reiterate that we do not tolerate discrimination of any kind at Turf Moor. As part of our Respect campaign, we urge any supporters who hear or experience any discriminatory language or behaviour which can include homophobia, sexism and racism to report it urgently. Please text the word RESPECT to 66777 or via the Kick It Out dedicated app. All texts will remain anonymous. Thank you for your support. We hope you enjoy today's game and appreciate the important message that comes with it. Sean Dyche's team was superb in a 3-0 win at Brighton on Saturday. First Premier League goals for Wout Weghorst and Josh Brownhill, with former Spurs winger Aaron Lennon getting the third. Team news: James Tarkowski's back from COVID-19 isolation. There's no Maxwell. Cornet. Tarkowski replaces Collins in defence. Cork retains his position in midfield alongside Brownhill. Westwood is not in the 20. It's Weghorst and Jay Rodriguez up front. Charlie Taylor, Johan Berg Gudmundsson and Matti Vidra remain absent. For Spurs, they nicked the headlines on Saturday with a 3-2 win at league leaders Manchester City. Harry Kane scored twice and new signing Dejan Kulusevski got the first in a shot win. Kane plays, Kulusevski plays, he's on loan from Juventus, and Rodrigo Bentancur, a permanent signing from Italian Giants, he's in the side too. There's no Oliver Skip, Sergio Reguilon or Shafe Tanganga. So let's have a look at the sides in a little bit more detail. For Burnley, Nick Pope in goal, James Tarkowski back in defence. A little bit harsh on Nathan Collins perhaps, but it's Connor Roberts, Tarkowski, Ben Mee, Eric Peters in defence. In midfield, Aaron Lennon against his former club. 266 Premier League appearances for today's opposition. Josh Brownhill, Jack Cork and Dwight McNeil. Up front, Wout Weghorst and Jay Rodriguez. On the bench for Burnley, Wayne Hennessy, Matt Lowton, Ashley Barnes got a good record against Spurs, Dale Stevens, Nathan Collins, Phil Bardsley, Kevin Long, Bobby Thomas, and great news to see Lewis Richardson back in the matchday squad. For Spurs, fantastic win at Manchester City, and that's really given Liverpool hope in the title race. They line up like this. Hugo Lloris in goal, a back three, Christian Romero, who's on loan from Atalanta, Eric Dyer and Ben Davis. Wing backs are Emerson Royal and Ryan Sessegnon. And then in the centre, Pierre-Emile Aubert and Rodrigo Bentancur. Ahead of them, front three were dynamite against City. Kulusevski on the right-hand side, Harry Kane through the middle, of course, and Son Heung-min on the left-hand side. Kane has scored 9 times against Burnley, 8 for Spurs, once on loan with Millwall. Reserve keeper is Brandon Austin, Matt Doherty, Sergio Reguilon, he's back in the squad, not fit enough to start. Davinson Sanchez, Harry Winks, Joe Rodon, Stephen Bergwijn, Lucas Moura, who scored the goal here in the EFL Cup tie, and then a youngster, Harvey White. He was on loan at Portsmouth last season. Our referee is Graham Scott from Abingdon in Oxfordshire. Stuart Atwell is on VAR. Andrew Greaves alongside me. let's start with the good news from Saturday. What a win that was at Brighton.
Not just a good win, but a really great performance. It's the kind of performance we've sort of been threatening in patches. You know, against Liverpool, I thought we were excellent. Second half against United, when I was last here, we were excellent. And it really was great to see a full 90-minute performance where, you know, the opposition manager was gracious enough to say, you know what, they were better than us, they deserved to win today. And, you know, Klopp was very, you know, unusually complimentary about us, you know. So we perhaps got over that kind of, whatever you're going to call it, you know. There's been talk of, you know, very, very honest conversations, as we usually have between the staff and the players, and trying to reset almost, and we've certainly got that. And like I say, yeah, three we out reply against a Brighton side who've been pretty tight. I think has been fantastic, and yeah, what 3 points despite the awful weather and the nightmare travel journeys for many.
Yeah, it wasn't great. And Weghorst, I mean, it's his best performance yet, but I think we're starting to find his place in the side and how to use him and how to get the best out of him.
Yeah, I mean, aside from aside from the Watford game, where I don't think anyone really could put, you know, could string 2 or 3 passes together, I think he's been superb since he came in. You know, he missed those chances against Liverpool. You know, perhaps should have done better with 1 or 2 of those. And you can see what it meant to him to finally get that first goal against Brighton. Somewhat annoyingly, it's the only game I've not backed him to score first or score a hat-trick, so slightly miffed about that, I have to say. But no, listen, you know, we've seen real kind of shoots of positivity since he came into the side. You know, we know he works well with Jay. It's good to see Jay. Obviously disappointing that we've no Maxwell Cornet in the side today, but I think it's really interesting that we've got, you know, we've seen that partnership really quickly form. You know, they clicked almost instantaneously.
Yeah.
And that second half against Manchester United, what a joy to watch that was. You know, to see the movement, to see the, you know, the setup for the goal for Jay. You know, superb link-up play. Very rarely do you see 2 strikers, you know, one who's new to the country and one who really has struggled for game time, let's be honest. This last couple of years or so, click so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it looks a good partnership, doesn't it? It looks a really good partnership. And, you know, long may it continue. Just a little bit concerned. Weghorst seems to be in the wars a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying to you, I don't think his shine has gone down yet. I mean, I don't know if it's kind of just keeps getting added to, but it's yeah, he does. You know what? He kind of puts himself in there. You know,
does,
good strikers will put their head in where it hurts. We'll mix it up a little bit. He took a big knock. You know, Maxwell Cornet is taking a big knock.
Yeah, it was an awkward knock, wasn't it?
Yeah, quite a physical game.
I don't think it was intentional from McAllister. He was about to shoot, I think, and Maxwell nicked in front of him and he took an almighty whack. We don't think it's anything serious, but I'm sure we'll be speaking to the gaffer after the game and get that checked. A lot of games coming up quickly and I'm sure he'll play a part.
Yeah, I mean, we've got this run, haven't we? You know, we've got tonight, we've got the weekend, we've got midweek next week with Leicester City.
The Premier League are pretty ruthless there, aren't they?
Yeah,
you're not giving much breathing space when you've games in hand.
You're not, but I do think that kind of helps us. You know, I think I said a couple of games ago, if we can just pick up a little bit of momentum, I think that's what we, you know, after the Brentford win, straight into a international break. You know, after the Arsenal game, straight into the winter. You know, you want to pick that momentum up. So you know, it's not helpful with a smaller squad as we've got to lose players. But I think sometimes there is positives, and I think if you ask Sean Dyche and the lads, when can we go again? I think they'd actually say, you know what, if we're on a good run,
keep going.
You've got to keep going.
I'm sure you're right. I mean, we've got Cornet out, Westwood out, Vidra, Goodmanson and Taylor, so we're not back to anywhere near full strength yet. I don't think Taylor's far away. I assume Westwood's not too far away, having been in isolation, so that will improve for Saturday. Yeah,
I mean, if you look at that, Cornet regular starter, Westwood regular starter, Taylor regular starter. Vidra had got himself into a position as a regular starter. It's not like you're losing fringe players or players who've come in, done a job, got injured and are back out the side again. You know, these are players who are mainstays and really part of that success over the last couple of years.
I mean, I think the gaffer will want that to improve for this run of fixtures after tonight. And you know, let's hope it does. I'm pretty sure it will. And it'll help Burnley going forward. I mean, Watford won on Saturday. They play Crystal Palace tonight. It is starting to close up a little bit at the bottom.
It is, you know, and I stated quite emphatically on social media that I always thought we'd stay up, you know, and I still do believe we'd stay up, you know. I think now is, you know, we can't worry about Watford, you know. We know we've got to go to Vicarage Road.
We've got to get results.
We've just got to get results.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I think it's the teams above us.
Yeah, that could come down.
I absolutely felt Everton were going to really kind of you know, push on.
Yeah.
They've had a really mixed start to Frank Lampard's tenure. They look. You look at
really
they are
hit and miss, aren't they?
Yeah, very much so.
Hit and miss.
But for me, and I think I've said it on here before, for me it's Brentford. I mean, Brentford on a rotten.
And I wonder about Leeds. You can't keep being that open. And they're missing Phillips, aren't they? They're missing Bamford. They're missing the lad at the back, Cooper. They're three big players. If they don't come back anytime soon, who's to say Leeds can't fall into the danger zone?
Yeah, and I think if you look at Leeds and you look at the way Leeds set up, you know, he demands a lot from his players. He demands a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And we saw it last season.
Yeah.
At this stage of the season, they started to lose games a little more heavily than they perhaps did at the start of the campaign, because that tiredness creeps in. When you're missing players. We've talked about our injury list. When you talk about Leeds' injury list,
big
players. Mentioned big players. Bamford, look how many goals he's got. You know, they're big losses for Leeds. So absolutely, I think Brentford are in the mix. I think Leeds are in the mix. I think Newcastle have got that momentum we're looking for.
Yeah,
you know, picking up
started
results.
to. Yeah, started to. Right, let's go through the sides for you. The players emerge. Burnley look like this. Nick Pope in goal, Connor Roberts at right back, Eric Peters at left back, James Tarkowski back in the side alongside Ben Mee in the centre of defence. In midfield, a revitalised Aaron Lennon, played 266 Premier League appearances for Tottenham. Josh Brownhill, Jack Cork, Dwight McNeil. Up front, it's the partnership of Jay Rodriguez and Wout Weghorst. On the bench for Burnley, Wayne Hennessy, Matt Lowton, Ashley Barnes, Dale Stevens, Nathan Collins, Phil Bardsley, Kevin Long, Bobby Thomas, and back in the matchday squad, Lewis Richardson after injury. For Spurs, they won 3-2 at City on Saturday. Hugo Lloris in goal. Back three, Christian Romero, Eric Dyer, Ben Davis. Midfield four, Emerson Royal, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, Rodrigo Bentancur, Ryan Sessegnon. Up front, Kulusevski, he's on loan from Juventus, Harry Kane and Son Heung-min. So unchanged from the side that won on Saturday night at Man City. On the bench for Spurs, Brandon Austin, Matt Doherty, Sergio Reguilon, only fit enough for the bench, Davinson Sanchez, Harry Winks, Joe Rodon, who was a Swansea teammate of Connor Roberts, of course, Stephen Bergwijn, Lucas Moura and youngster Harvey White. Our referee tonight is Graham Scott. Stuart Atwell is on VAR. Let's hope we don't have to use him much. I mean, the cup tie here, Andrew, was really tight.
Yeah, it was, and you know, I think that again was, you know, it was a game where we had, you know, a few changes in the side and things like that, and you want to, you know, you've got to keep it tight, you know, against these big sides. You know, a lot of people, you know, perhaps will look at that result at City on Saturday and think that this is a foregone conclusion. Certainly, looking at some of the odds and the bookies are offering, but I think it's a completely different game. I don't think, you know, Spurs aren't going to be able to catch us on the break.
You would have thought not.
It's not going to be that end to end, you know, and it's a case of, you know, going into this game as we did second half against United, as we did against Liverpool, frustrating, trying to frustrate this Spurs side.
Where we're good at, isn't it? Burnley claret and blue, Spurs traditional strip, white shirts, navy blue shorts, navy blue socks. The players will take a knee shortly. Burnley against Spurs. The Clarets have beaten Spurs here twice in the Premier League era. 4-2 in 2010 when Jack Cork was amongst the scorers, and 2-1 3 years ago exactly to the day when Chris Wood and Ashley Barnes got the goals. On the next whistle, Spurs will get us underway. Burnley attacking the cricket field stand end in this first half. Back for Dyer. Now Spurs, I think, have been revitalised with Dyer as sweeper. They'll look a better side with him in that position. Let's see how they go today. Here's Son, early touch from him, finds Kane, who's onside. Early opportunity, deflected wide. It's an early corner. Burnley thought Kane was offside, perhaps.
Yeah, he certainly looked it from where we're sat. The movement, you know, his movement's so good. Just looking. No, he's not.
All right.
He's not.
Fine.
You're absolutely
He's
right.
fine. He's fine. In the end, it was a block cross that just went behind. Corner taken quickly. Early Spurs pressure. Ball into the middle. Burnley've got a head on that, but it'll be another corner. Really good early pressure from the Londoners.
Yeah, you mentioned Dyer at sweeper there. I think he actually looks a better player there.
That's his position.
I think he's really. I've struggled to find what kind of player he is in the last couple of seasons, and he's a good player. But I think
that's his position.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the worry will be it's found so long to find it for Spurs and for England. He'll play for England there, I'm sure. Ball bounces up for Son. Burnley nicked it through Rodriguez. Good effort from Rodriguez. It's going to be a throw. Is it to Spurs or a free kick?
Throw, I think.
The weather is awful again. It seems every game, Andrew, that there's a deluge almost.
Yeah, I mean, we were saying before kick-off, kind of every game kind of merges into one when the weather's like this. You just see that rain whipping in under the floodlights, and it's blowing and swirling, and we're trying to catch pie wrappers and water bottles and things, but
right at the top of the stand as well is a bit awkward. Here's me, looks to get it wide. Something
almost right on cue there.
On cue.
The courtesy light goes scattering. Incredible scenes.
Roberts gets it forward, looking for Rodriguez, looking for Weghorst, I should say. Great skill from him. Super skill. Helps it on from McNeil. The crowd loved that. On in turn for Peters. Men in the middle here now, looking for Weghorst. Keeper coming. Lloris does well with it. Really well with it. But what skill. Again, he brings players into the game, doesn't he?
I mean, he's 45 yards from goal there, where he comes out, takes it on his knee, gets in front of the Spurs defender. Sessegnon, I think it is, on this side, and just he's got that. He's took it away from him. He's played that ball out wide, and it's that commitment which we look for from Burnley players.
Yes.
Whether Sean Dyche hadn't picked Weghorst, it sounds like the brilliant scouting team have picked him up. He's exactly the kind of player that Sean likes.
Just fits us. Spurs are just pegged back in their own half here. It's a throw for Emerson Royal. Just down that right-hand side, helped on by Bentancur. Again, he's under pressure. Good from Burnley, this. Hooked across the 6-yard box. It's going behind for a corner. That's fantastic from Burnley. Spurs looked all at sea there. Bentancur looked like he'd never been pressed before in his life.
No, it's kind of weird. I mean, I guess you don't get that in Italian football, do you?
Taken quickly. It's back with Roberts. Roberts looking to get a cross in here. Hooks it back, can't find Lennon. There's perhaps just too much on it. Ben Mee will get it back in there. It's hit the defender. Next header away, but Ben Mee will take it down. Looking to get a ball in here. Going down the wing, Ben Mee with the cross. Looks a little deep. Not done that too often, I don't think, but here's McNeil. Right-hand side, ball back for Brownhill. Again for McNeil, good from Burnley. McNeil looking to have a shot. It's hit the defender, corner. What a response from the Clarets, right back at them.
2-2 on corners already. You wouldn't have thought that, but
no.
Ben Mee almost rolling back the years to when he was a fullback.
Yeah.
Great little. I thought he'd hit it too far. Gets to the byline, little deep with his cross. Perhaps needs to work on that before Saturday. But yeah, great pressure from Burnley, not letting Spurs settle.
This will go in the middle, I think, and try and test Lloris. Swung in towards that back post. Lloris with a punch away, not entirely convincingly. Here's Peters up against Son. Ball into the middle again. Lloris will collect this. Ballooned up kindly for him. Weghorst stopped him trying to distribute it quickly. And I think Eric Dyer is calling for calm.
Yeah, arms outstretched, just wants his teammates at the back there just to settle down a little bit. They were all at 6s and 7s, couldn't get out. And again, Burnley, that high press, that's what we talked about before kick-off, not letting sides settle. And we got them in the corner, and really that ball across the box that Davies couldn't keep in for that first Burnley corner. Really, that's, you didn't see any of that from City on Saturday.
No, you didn't. Here's Dyer, uses Davis, left centre back. Welsh international, of course. That's come off Cork. There'll be a throw left-hand side. Burnley 4-4-2. Lennon currently left-hand side. McNeil currently right-hand side. They've switched for the minute. It's gone back here to Davis. Burnley 0, Spurs 0. It's with Dyer. On in turn here for Davis. Sessegnon just about keeps it in play. It's fantastic at Fulham, wasn't he, Sessegnon? Not really happened for him yet at Spurs. Here's McNeil. Brownhill turns one way, then the other. Great skill. It's left Bentancur for dead. Back again for Brownhill. Might hit this. Just couldn't get it out of his feet. Does it in the end? It's blocked by Dyer. Hooked away. The referee, no need to stop that. Spurs are complaining. But Bentancur slipped, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, just twisted, I think, there as he tried to get away. It's his hip that he's holding, his hip and his thigh. I'll be very surprised if Rodrigo Bentancur, we see him continue, because it looked...
What a turn from Josh Brownhill.
Almost does it splits there and knee perhaps, but what a turn that is.
I hope he's okay, the lad. I mean, he's just been sent every way. Yeah. Every way which but loose there, hasn't he? And he's just...
Yeah,
I hope he's okay.
Slippy surface.
I hope he's okay, because that looked horrible, actually.
Yeah. I mean, his leg doesn't buckle under him. It's more of a kind of, but it doesn't look good for the Juventus man, I have to say.
Yeah, Antonio Conte doesn't look too impressed, does he? Met before, he's hurt himself. I don't really know why there's boos, because he hurt himself in that slip. We've seen the replay. He is back to his feet, Uruguayan, and I think he's going to be able to come back on, which seemed unlikely moments ago. Yeah. It's with Tarkowski.
I genuinely thought when we saw, I'm not sure, I'll be honest, I'm not sure why we're giving the ball back there, I have to say.
No,
it was a bit of a, kind of a hurried punt into the stand from Højbjerg. I'm not quite sure that's...
No. I think
Spurs
benefit the doubt, I think we've given them there. The referee was right to continue. It's gone short again for Lloris. I've just been wondering if I'd be getting that a bit longer for now. Here's McNeil. Back inside for Tarkowski. It's been a bright start from Burnley. The Clarets have started well. Good first 7 minutes. It's with Ben Mee. Goes wide for Peters. Inside for Brownhill. Looking long here for Weghorst. Keeper will come and deal with it right in the edge of his area. Lennon is now right-hand side, McNeil left-hand side. Big pump forward. I thought he might have done that a little bit earlier, to be honest. Here's Roberts going long. Weghorst on the chase to put Davis under pressure. Will force a decision from him. It's against Davis and it's a Burnley throw. Wow, the pressure is fantastic.
I think it kind of held in the air a little bit.
Did a bit. It helped Weghorst, didn't it?
No real idea where that ball was, and was trying to shepherd it out, but Weghorst just gets in front of him.
Such a handful, isn't he?
Basically, kind of, almost kind of flicks it against Davis to win that throw-in, which has, come out of nothing really. That throw.
It's back with Roberts. Brownhill with the cross in, headed away initially. Burnley trying to get on the loose ball. It's with Cork. On for Peters, wide for McNeil. McNeil can take Emerson Royal in here. If he can, needs a bit of support perhaps, uses Peters. A little bit short for Peters, but he gets there. Here's McNeil, they've worked it out between them. And McNeil can use Tarkowski here. Back in the side, Tarkowski, looking long, looking towards Rodriguez, does win the header, can't find a Burnley shirt. McNeil takes it down, great skill from McNeil, hooks it wide for Lennon. Lennon got a chance here, looks to get the crossing deflected into the path of Lloris. But again, Andrew, really good from Burnley.
Yeah, breathless opening 10 minutes really from that opening kind of salvo from Spurs, 2 corners. They started well, really struggling to get out of their own box at the minute. It's kind of gone short again to Dyer, but yeah, superb response for the Clarets. Really, really look up for it after that win at Brighton.
It's with Davis. Bit of space for Højbjerg inside. Touches it on. Romero. Done really well for Spurs since he came. There's Bentancur, looks okay now. On in turn for Davis. Might have been more embarrassment than injury, perhaps. Sessegnon, Bentancur again. Sessegnon once more. Uses Bentancur. It's gone back here to Dyer.
Still running a bit gingerly.
He is actually, yeah, he is, as you mentioned it. Poor pass here, and Burnley won it back. Peters had to try and win that. Come away with the ball. Ball inside. Lennon will win this. Nice and sharp, Lennon. Took back to the keeper. Spurs look a bit anxious. Short for Dyer. Cries have come on Burnley. The crowd realise the Clarets are in a bit of a purple patch. Some really good performances recently, capped by the result at Brighton. Bentancur again. Uses Romero. Obviously memories of that Carling Cup tie with Rodriguez in the side. Scored the third that night. In the end it finished 3-2 and Burnley went out, but it proved a catalyst for promotion in 2010. Here's Højbjerg. Uses Romero. Romero into the Burnley half. Well blocked by Cork. Good to see Jack Cork banging form again on Saturday, Andrew.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what he brings. We've said this before. Sometimes kind of, you know, he moves the ball, he makes things happen. And actually, I think what it does is it frees Brownhill up. I think we saw much better from Brownhill. Brilliant to see him get his first Premier League goal. I think he's somebody who kind of goes about his business quietly at times and doesn't get the kind of credit he deserves. I'm a big Brownhill fan, and but yeah, I thought on Saturday it just kind of frees him up to do, you know, a bit more creative stuff, which is, you know, what we're looking for. We've seen already the turn today to kind of take himself away from Bentancur. We know what he can do. And we caught there, perhaps, you know, other than Westwood, I'm not sure Westwood's play allows Brownhill to be as
possibly
expansive
not.
And as creative. Perhaps.
I know what you're saying. I mean, incredible start that it's December 2016 since we last won a game before Brighton without either Tarkowski or Westwood in the side. That is incredible. Rodriguez touches that on for McNeil. McNeil against Royale here. Can he get a ball in? McNeil's hit the defender and they'll prevent the corner, will they? Had to be acrobatic and it'll be a Burnley throw. A lot of pointing at the back for Spurs at the minute. I'm not entirely sure everybody knows what job they're supposed to be doing.
A lot of shrugging, isn't there?
There was.
A lot of not my job, Skip.
It's back here with Ben Mee. On for Tarkowski. Maybe the first minute, 90 seconds, Spurs started really well, but since then, Burnley been the better side. Here's Brownhill. Hooks it on for Cork, sitting that little bit deeper, as Andrew mentioned. 13 minutes gone. Burnley 0, Spurs 0. Cork trying to step away, uses Tarkowski. On for Mee. Burnley being careful. Mee looking longer here, looking for Weghorst in the air this time, trying to flick it on for Lennon. I think he'll keep it in play here. Hits it against the defender, wins the throw. Good to see Lennon right up there then.
Yeah, and I think that's what we've missed sometimes down this side. You perhaps don't get that with Goodmanson. Goodmanson likes to check back, but Lennon, since he came back in, has really kind of made a fullback, whichever fullback he's been up against, really have something to think about.
Yeah, you want Lennon to go beyond the fullback, don't you? Get behind him. Here's Roberts with the throw. Gets it in there. It's headed away. But Brownhill will find it, has a stab at goal. Comfortable save, but it's on target. Emphasises what Andrew said. He may just try and more to score now that he's got that monkey off his back.
Yeah, just sat up for him. It was kind of a bit close to his body there. Couldn't quite get a full swing on it. And but yeah, certainly you hope that kind of gives him that confidence.
Ooh, Sessegnon went in a little bit late there. He's surely got to look at that. What was the youngster doing there? Well, they've got to stop the game and have a look at it. What was he doing? He was so stupid. He slid in, he's caught the man, he's caught Brownhill, and I'm sure they'll have to have a look at it.
It's kind of the follow-through.
Yeah, it is. I suppose his studs aren't that high, are they?
He does get the ball, and I think...
He slides after.
Yeah, it's the wet surface, I think, that kind of...
But you've got to ask how they feel, so haven't given it as a foul.
Yeah, I mean, the ball's gone, I guess, but...
We'll have a drop ball, I think.
It's a Burnley throw.
I throw it is on the far side. I think they'll give the ball back here. McNeil back to the keeper. making sure they get stuck in Spurs, perhaps. There's Davis under pressure from Lennon, uses Sessegnon. Ball forward, looking early for Son. This is where Burnley have got to be careful. Can't afford Spurs to get behind them. Tarkowski takes no chances.
Yeah, I mean, Son's your obvious danger man on the break, and he kind of sits on the halfway line when the ball's in the Spurs half, and you know he's always ready to spring. We've seen it before, you know, not just
great from Weghorst. Blocked that ball from Kane, and it's gone back off Kane and out for a Burnley throw.
I mean, these are things, aren't we? We're picking up throw-ins where, you know, in previous games, you're not getting that from Chris Wood. I know they're kind of different styles.
Yes,
of players,
they are.
But you're not necessarily winning them kind of throw-ins from nothing. You know, that's probably 2 or 3 that we've had already today.
His heat map is red hot, basically. Red hot everywhere. Here's Mee. 15 to go after today for Burnley, so a lot of games yet. If Burnley can find the form consistently, surely they've every chance of stopping up. It's with Højbjerg again, the former Southampton player. Burnley nick it through Cork, putting in a lot of effort early on, Burnley here. It's wide here for Roberts. Started brightly, the Clarets. Back again for Roberts. Roberts will use his keeper, Nick Pope. Kane to close him down. Pope gets it away. 16 minutes gone. Lennon to try and nick it off his man. It's given us a throw to Spurs.
Free kick he's given.
He's given a free kick, hasn't he? Yeah.
I'm not quite sure how that's a foul, I have to say, but
Revitalised Aaron Lennon. He has kept himself in great shape, there's no doubt about it. Here's Royal, Burnley nick it. Peters turns, faces play. Weghorst back, he's everywhere, absolutely everywhere. Tarkowski wide here for Roberts. Conditions are awful again here tonight. Back inside for Cork, on for Lennon, back for Roberts. He'll use Tarkowski. Tarkowski looking for that diagonal ball from McNeil, just too close to the keeper.
I tell you what, I think, you know, one of the things I've noticed in these last couple of matches, and I use kind of Watford as the yardstick, because I think that was probably the most disappointing performance of, of this kind of run. The actual pass completion rate, you know, I'd be interested to see the stats over the last 3 or 4 games. You know, we're not giving silly balls away. You know, we're keeping hold of the ball rather than rushing passes in the middle of the field. And I think that's a really big. You know, the more you can dictate where the ball goes, the less defending.
Now then, I've got news for you. Jean-Philippe Mateta has scored for Palace. Watford 0, Palace 1. Here's Kane, just pulling away to the right-hand side. Son getting in the middle. They're looking for a combination again today. It's gone towards the far post. Good header from Roberts to get there before Sessegnon can apply a finishing touch. Here's Davis. Back again with Ben Davis. 0-0 at Turf Moor. On in turn for Dyer. Here's Romero. It's against the legs of McNeil. McNeil and Lennon playing higher up the pitch. Royal just to try and get down that right-hand side. Burnley will clear. Easy one for Tarkowski. Battling away here, though. Romero won it for Kane, again deep. Helps it on for Royal. Gone again, Kane. He's dangerous in those positions. Good block. McNeil got back. Burnley dealt with it well. Kept in play. I think just didn't look very tight.
I think that there is another indication. You know, I was quite harsh on McNeil against United for not tracking to the byline. Absolute case in point there. He tracks the byline, gets the blocking.
Yeah, and there's a turn here though. Problems for Burnley. Kulusevski to try and get it forward. Shots well wide. That'll be a goal kick. Romero thinks it's a corner. Graham Scott having none of it.
You know, he gets the blocking, and that's what we were missing that first half against United.
One thing the manager touched on at the press conference before this game, he talked about running power, and they'd outrun Brighton by 7 kilometres, which seemed a heck of a lot.
I think that's about Weghorst, isn't it?
Weghorst, Roberts, Roberts. I mean, what Roberts is as an athlete. I'm a big fan of Matt Lowton, but Roberts, you know, will run a lot. Jack Cork's very, very fit. So maybe those players are just giving you a bit more mileage.
Yeah, and I think I think that spell,
Aaron Lennon as well. I would think
that spell on the bench, and you know, perhaps that
miscue from Peters. Tarkowski to deal with it, just hooks it away. It's a chase for Jack Cork. Done well to get there, Jack Cork. Kept it in play, only for Davis though. Bentancur just caught in possession by Brownhill. It breaks for Dyer. Don't think he's going to get the time he's used to. Bentancur gets it again here, hooks it on. Left-hand side for Højbjerg.
Slight issue for Brownhill, just a little bit gingerly. I think he just...
Yeah, that challenge, wasn't it? With
perhaps a dead leg, maybe.
With Uruguayan, I think. Look to spread it wide here for Sessegnon. He's dangerous coming forward, but he's offside. He's not going to be dangerous on that occasion. And that'll be a free kick for the Clarets, right-hand side. Every time we play at Turf Moor, every time it blows and rains, and it's really hard now. Got to say, the pitch is sensational, Andrew, isn't it?
Yeah, we mentioned it against Man United. It looks in such good nick for this time of year, you know.
Yeah. Given
the amount of rain and the amount of, you know, bad weather we've had. Storm, I think we're on to his 4th storm in a fortnight, aren't we? Storm Gladys is coming in tomorrow, apparently.
Hang on there, sorry, there's a flick on from Weghorst, easily cleared by Dyer.
Yeah, I mean, the pitch looks, you know, and I think that helps, doesn't it? I mean, you know, teams play on good pitches and we've got a good pitch.
Yes, yeah. McNeil will do well to keep that in play. Burnley wanted the free kick there. I don't really see how that's an advantage when Roberts has been taken out there. I don't think even Spurs were expecting an advantage to be played there. Ball into the middle looking for Weghorst. Headed one by Davis. Wants to peel away on Davis, I think. Davis normally a left back. Here's Tarkowski. Finds Roberts. Inside nicely for Cork. Cork looking up. Finds Roberts, right-hand side. On for Lennon. Back again for Roberts. Here's Cork. Burnley getting their fair share of possession. Spread wide. Here's McNeil. Burnley need him to blossom for the remainder of the season. On for Roberts. Thought about Lennon. Here's McNeil again. Tarkowski on for Brownhill. Looks okay now. Run it off. Hooks it forward for Weghorst. Can't take it under control, but Burnley will through McNeil. McNeil spins one way, then the other. Kane's trying to keep him at bay. Good from McNeil. Uses Peters. Back here for me. Good possession from Burnley. It's 0-0. Cork to get this wide for Lennon. Do you want to see Lennon maybe just have a run at Sessegnon if he can? Back here for Cork. Patient stuff from Burnley. Rodriguez wanted it. Lays it back for Cork. Everybody involved. On for Ben Mee. Wide again on that left-hand side for McNeil. Uses Mee once more. Here's Tarkowski. Got Roberts wide. Roberts against Son. Burnley have had the ball, it seems, for a couple of minutes here. Caught with the ball in the box. Not the best. And Romero wins it comfortably. And that's if Burnley commit men forward, you've got to keep the ball in those situations. Here's Romero. Great challenge from Rodriguez to win it. It's a lively old night. And the commitment is certainly there from Burnley. Here's Cork. On for Roberts. Roberts, right-hand side. Didn't really have anything ahead of him. We're past the halfway point in the first half. Tarkowski wide. Left-hand side. Peters. Inside for McNeil. Chance to turn and run with it, perhaps. Hits it against the legs of Højbjerg. Good skill from Kulusevski, but it'll break here for Burnley again. Spread wide for Lennon. Lennon's done well to keep that in play. Roberts gone ahead of him. Lennon looking to run at people now. This is what we want to see from Aaron Lennon. Ball into the box towards the back post. Weghorst to try and take it down. Brownhill to help it on. Here's McNeil in the box. Looking to get a ball in, right-footed. Big shouts of handball against Bentancur.
That looked handball.
Burnley will win it back here. McNeil left-hand side, on for Rodriguez. Rodriguez looking to have a shot, blocked well by Romero. Kept in play. Peters again. Burnley doing well, ball for Weghorst, he's onside. Looks to get back inside, blocked by legs. What a period of play that is from Burnley. Flag's gone up.
Like to see a replay of this handball incident here.
Bentancur, isn't it?
Look to be at the side, I have to say.
Might be a question mark on offside there, but I think he was just offside. But we haven't seen the handball yet. Let's see it now. McNeil.
His arms are close in.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think that's going to get given. I think that'd be You know,
Really harsh, wouldn't it?
Even with claret tinted spectacles, I think that would be harsh.
Yeah, he
his
wasn't
arms
looking,
are at
was
his
he?
side, to be fair.
He wasn't looking, to be fair, and his arms were loosely by his side. A really good opening 26
excellent
minutes,
spell
isn't
of
it?
Possession, that last spell.
Here's Kane, but Spurs can be dangerous when they're up against it. There'll be a throw. Oh, Kane just seemed to ease Roberts out there. Roberts back on the pitch. Kane looking to take the throw in his own half. Back with Dyer. Super spell of possession from Burnley.
Roberts just pointing out to Graham Scott there. I hope you've seen that. You know.
Yeah.
A little
I think
bit
it was
over-eager, shall we say, from Kane.
It was a little bit naughty, wasn't it? It came to nothing, and I think Roberts is right just to make sure the referee realises what happened.
I think you do get that with Kane. I don't know.
Yes,
he's too many aspersions. He's got a bit of a streak, hasn't he?
Yeah, he knew what he was doing there. Here's Dyer. On for Højbjerg. Spurs having a bit of possession now. Bentancur. Royal are trying to go down that right-hand side. Here's Romero. 3 at the back suits Spurs. They've been better with it, but that'll be Burnley. It's going to be off a Burnley player. It's going to be a Spurs throw for Royal. The front through, got to be careful with them. Kulusevski's settled in so well. Right-hand side, Kane through the middle. And Son, left-hand side. Throw taken quickly. Vekor's back helping his defence. It'll be another Spurs throw. It's back here with Dyer. On for Davis. Inside, Brownhill thought it might just snick it, but didn't quite get there. It's Dyer once more. Romero, movement ahead of him, but Burnley got the blocks of 4 back. Touch wide again for Royal. Ball into the middle, this is dangerous. Good touch from Tarkowski. Header away by me, helped on by Peters. Vekor's there to win it. Can he win it again? Not quite. It's gone back here for Dyer, taking it on his Davis. Spurs, I think they've weathered the Burnley storm. Gone wide for Royal. Right-hand side, right wing back. Looking to take on Peters. Ball into the middle. Brownhill's got there. And that is going to be a goal kick. Must have come off a Spurs man.
Yeah, I think 2 things really kind of, you know, in this opening 27 minutes, 28 minutes or so. I think McNeil, just before we had an incident, I was just about to explain. I actually think that spell on the bench is exactly what he needed, you know.
Yeah.
He asked the gaffer to play for an hour in a reserve game.
Yeah.
You know, and he's come back and he looks sharper. You know, I think after his COVID, I think it was just getting him back to that sharpness. And he's looked sharp these last couple of games.
Quite poorly by all accounts.
Yeah.
I mean, does he have to stay on the left-hand side, Andrew, for you?
No, not necessarily, but I think actually, you know, I think Lennon's having quite, you know, again, you talk about partnerships, I think Lennon's building a decent partnership with Roberts, just in the same way as McNeil is with Peters, so, you know, I
here
think,
by Bentancur, it's accepted, apology accepted by Tarkowski. Pop's got under that a little, hang on a minute, ooh, bounces awkwardly.
It gives us that option to swap them wingers, you know what I mean?
Yes.
To kind of mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I think he looks, you know, he's tracking back. He looks like he's got a bit of his mojo back, and he's releasing the ball. You know, I think Dyche alluded to that he sometimes feels like Dwight perhaps thinks he has to keep hold of the ball a bit longer than he does. And, you know, the other point I was going to make, just wait and see where this goes from Dyer. Tarkowski, you know, not playing long balls.
Here's Kulusevski looking to take on McNeil. He's knocked him over. That'll be a foul inside the Burnley box. Burnley free kick. Again, it's what you were saying earlier.
Case in point, he's tracking. Tracking beyond his fullback there. But yeah, I mean, just looking at that period of play that we had, the one for me is Tarkowski had 2 or 3 touches. So many times this season we've seen him looking for a long diagonal, and it very rarely comes off. Today, it's short passes. Short passes, we'll keep it, you'll get it back. You know, that's what we look for.
I've got a feeling Cork helps there. I've got a feeling Cork helps there, because he's always available.
It's the basics, you know what I mean?
Rodriguez battling away. Peters looking to take it on. Touch forward, and Ben Mee will deal with this. It's 0-0 here. Back to the keeper, Pope. Pope to kick it. Not so long. Cork to try and win it. Brownhill's battle to get it. It's back again with me. I think the wind is with Spurs. Peters back inside for Brownhill, on for the skipper, me. hit against Bentancur, and that'll be a Burnley throw. Word on Ben Mee, it's his 349th league appearance for Burnley. Saturday, all being well, be his 350th, and only 10 Burnley players before him have made 350 league appearances, which is just simply sensational.
Yeah, I was looking at them stats today, weirdly, on Wikipedia this morning, because I was kind of weighing up the fact that he's been here 10 years, kind of where we were up to, and actually, yeah, he's literally just outside that top 10 in terms of league appearances. So, yeah, I mean, absolutely superb from the skipper.
He's been very consistent, played a lot of games. No foul. Burnley annoyed there. They thought Peters was fouled. It's gone for a throw for Spurs. Back here now with Dyer. Dyer looking to bring it forward a little bit quicker. We've played 31 minutes. It's with Davis. Davis looking to spread it. Royland got forward here. If he can take it in his stride, heads it back for Kulusevski. Kulusevski with the ball into the middle, blocked by Brownhill. Caught to reach it. Helps it on for Lennon. Can Burnley build here? Lennon trying to hold one off, trying to hold two off. He's fouled in the end, but Burnley still got the ball. Here's Rodriguez. He's only got Weghorst up here. Trying to help him is Roberts. I think Roberts wanted the ball down the wing. The crowd were a bit frustrated he didn't get it down the wing. Shows what a good athlete Roberts is, how he got from defence to attack there. Here's McNeil looking to take on Kulusevski. Might need a bit of support here. Looks to get the cross in. Decent ball! Oh, Rodriguez! The flag has gone up against Rodriguez, but it doesn't take away from the cross, which was incredible.
Brilliant cross from McNeil. Superb, and just having a look here.
Just straight, doesn't it? Yeah.
What a cross! He's got two Spurs men in front of him. Managed to bend it around those two Spurs men, and unlucky really. Rodriguez not finding the target. Blushes perhaps spared a little by the liner. Yeah.
Here's Sessegnon. Lennon trying to get back at him. Just show that McNeil doesn't necessarily have to beat his man. Great ball from Kane. Royal, it's 4 against 3 almost here. Royal to look to get the ball in here. He's got to have a shot left-footed. Thankfully he had a shot left-footed, because it was simply awful. High into the stand.
But again, looking at this, you'll see when you see the replay. Look at McNeil. Getting
back, yeah. Causes him a problem.
He has pushed him inside. On his left.
Has to release the ball, the lad, doesn't he? Never.
He's got men in front of him. He just
1 in 1,000. He's not going to score from there.
Absolutely, you wonder why fullbacks suddenly get.
He needed to push that on quickly.
Get the tails up a little bit, and
they were struggling there, Burnley.
But yeah, superb again from McNeil. Again, just don't want to keep banging on about it, but if we're looking for differences in players and things like McNeil, absolute hats off to him. Superb so far tonight.
Upped his work rate, I think. Anything goes here. Ooh, Bentancur, a little bit of a dig there. The referee's got to get involved here. I thought Bentancur had a kick out there at Roberts. Now then, bit naughty again from Spurs. We saw the Kane incident earlier on Roberts.
Jay got
clattered there, didn't he? Let's see the replay. Firstly, Roberts got caught. Yeah, he's back of the head, isn't he? I think Davies is going for the ball there.
Just catches him. He's gone for the ball and he's
caught. To the back
I don't
of the
think
head.
there's any, there's no malice at all from Ben
Rodriguez
Davies.
is okay, isn't he? There's no question of looking at concussion tests. What a mess Leeds made of that, by the way, on Sunday.
Yeah, it's kind of slightly weird Bielsa coming out and defending the medical team.
I've got to say that they dropped a real Rick there. Free kick Burnley, right-hand side. See what Burnley can do here. McNeil to place it. Don't think Son's 10 yards by anybody's imagination. Swung in by Brownhill. Looks too deep, that. And it's going to go beyond everybody. Tried to get a bit of pace on it, didn't they? Too deep.
Yeah, and a really good idea because, the kind of line of attack and defence started on the edge of the box. And getting them deep in, he's kind of... you see there, Lloris, he doesn't know whether to come or go. He kind of stays on his line in the end. In the end, just a little bit too much on it.
Lloris not rushing, is he, to take the goal kick? Watford have equalised. Sissoko's got the goal. Burnley battling to try and win it back with Brownhill. It's given us a foul. Look to tad harsh. Liverpool lead against Leeds. Kicked off a little bit later, that one. Salah with the penalty. Watch out for Leeds. They are shipping goals for fun. I think it's 51 now, and Burnley have conceded just 29. Here's Davis. Crowd not happy. Didn't think it was a free kick against Brownhill. Davis back for Dyer.
What I always like, what I quite like about Weghorst at the minute is every time a decision goes against Burnley, you just see Weghorst kind of just trots past the referee and almost a kind of a Yeshua.
Yeah, here's Son, edge of the box. Burnley trying to defend it. Son rides a challenge, helps it on for Royal. Royal just to get it back here, former Barcelona player. Uses Bentancur. Burnley again denying space, putting a lot of effort into it. Here's Davis. Just uses his man again. Oibert back again for Dyer, centre circle. Eric Dyer. Used to play in the under-21 international here, I remember, against Portugal all those years ago. Here's Davis, halfway line, goes wide for Sessegnon. Back inside nicely for Oibert. Sessegnon once more. You'd think Reguilon would come back into the side, perhaps. Here's Dyer. There's movement ahead of him. Romero's joined, jog forward there, which is interesting. Just almost from nowhere. Here's Oibert. Nice touch. Cork's caught him. Thought Spurs had possession earlier in the day. He waved advantage, didn't he? Peters to win that. Neil battling away here. Kulusevski. And it's gone the way of Spurs. Right-hand side with Royal. Just throws it back again. 10 minutes to half-time, a little bit less, 8 minutes to half-time. Sessegnon in driving rain, awful conditions again. Here's Dyer. Romero back at centre-back, uses Dyer once more. On for Davis. Burnley nil, Spurs nil. Ball forward looking for Kane, intercepted well by me. Everybody knows Kane's record against Burnley. Cork battling away, will just use his keeper. Good from Jack Cork. Booming clearance from Pope that sticks in the wind. Weghorst to try and take it down against Dyer. Cork nicks in, but can't keep possession. Here's Royal. Again McNeil pushing high up. It's a positive Burnley. Bentancur back to Dyer. Uses Romero. Here's Oibert, bit of space for the Dane as he drives forward. What's he got ahead of him? Finds Kane, this is dangerous. Kane skips past one, helps it on. McNeil will win this. Good from McNeil, using his intelligence, tracking back well. Good skill, but he's under pressure now. He'll have to hook it long, I think. Does do. Done everything right there. Rodriguez trying to flick it on for Weghorst. Burnley battling away up front. Time now for Dyer. Good applause from the Burnley crowd. Realise the effort that's been put in. Tries to come on Burnley. It's with Sessegnon. For Davis. Remember, Spurs won at leaders Man City by 3-2 on Saturday. Just nicked the headlines off Burnley somewhat. Back inside for Bentancur. Antonio Conte signing on loan. Ball forward here, chase for Sessegnon. Was always running away from him a little bit there. A lot of pace and power on it. The youngster didn't really have any chance of taking that in his stride. It's a big battle, isn't it, between him, Sessegnon and Roberts? Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple of nice little battles. Bentancur and Brownhill in the middle of the parks had a couple of flashes. You know, and it's good to see that Royal and up against McNeil and things like that. So yeah, it's brilliant to see see the Clarets really getting in the mix and sticking it about a bit. Ball for Jack Cork to chase down the wing. I'm not sure about that. Spurs have worked it back to the keeper. Here's Royal back to the keeper again. The pressure continues. Cork back in his position. Here's Romero. Burnley certainly putting a shift in. It's back again with Davis. Lennon trying to close him down. Here's Son. This is where Spurs think they've got joy. They've opened things up a little. Bentancur helps it on. Kulusevski. Got men ahead of him. Bentancur again. Burnley don't want to concede here. Royal in space. Right-hand side. Could get a cross in here. Kane wants it in the middle. Helped on for Kulusevski. Caught with a clearance away. Back in though. Burnley get it away once more through me. Here's Romero. Uses Dyer. You just wonder if Burnley can keep this intensity going minute after minute. Son trying to get it back to Kane, but Burnley win it through court. Just overhit the pass a little. Couldn't find Rodriguez, but McNeil will pick up the loose ball here. Got caught for his trouble. Burnley trying to help it on. Here's Rodriguez for Roberts. Roberts on again for Cork. Cork looking for Rodriguez. Rodriguez for Weghorst. Nice from Burnley. Here's McNeil looking to drive forward again. Finds Weghorst. The big man trying to hold everybody off here. Brings it back for Brownhill. Crunching tackle with Romero. Brownhill again. McNeil goes wide for Peters. Can he get the cross in now? It's the defender. Really good spell from Burnley. And now Weghorst won the ball back there. Superb.
Yeah, this is it, isn't it? You know, we're seeing this kind of real opening tempo, opening quality. Oh, just a little over it there from McNeil. Kane wanting them balls released early. I think he's a bit frustrated that Lloris is insistent
going
on a short, you know, almost rolling the ball behind where he stood.
You've got to mix it, haven't you? You're playing three forwards. Sometimes you've got to get it forward to the lads up front. It's back with Lloris again. It's 0-0 here.
I think they're trying to draw Burnley in and try to catch them on the break there. And, you know, you mentioned whether we could keep up the intensity. That's where we're going to have to be careful, perhaps second half.
Roberts across to deal with that. Nearly runs into the crowd. Be a Spurs throw. Still only 21, Ryan Sessegnon.
It's mental, that, isn't it?
Feels like he's been around forever.
I always remember Gary Kelly and Ian Hart feeling like they'd been around for years and years and years. I mean, they won. I think they were both part of that lead side that won the last First Division Championship in '92, and were still there into the 2000s. You get odd players like that, don't you?
And looking for Sessegnon here. He's got a bit of space. If he can collect it, does. Helps it on nicely for Son. Sessegnon's available again. South Korean just uses him once more. Sessegnon inside, on for Bentancur. On in turn for Dyer. 3 minutes to half time. Burnley 0, Tottenham Hotspur 0. Here's Bentancur again. Weghorst will go to him. Bentancur just driving forward a little here. Helps it on for Sessegnon. Skips past one challenge. Inside for Kane. How deep is Kane here? Looks to have a shot. Blocked by Tarkowski. It was miles out. Helped on from Cork. Good play from Burnley. Brownhill spreads it. Great from Burnley. Now then, Rodriguez. Weghorst in the middle. McNeil's with him. Back again for Rodriguez. Inside for Cork. Here's Roberts. Men in the middle here. If he can get the right cross. Dummies it initially. Back inside for Brownhill to hit. Blocked comfortably in the end by Romero. Kane back out, helping out, back to his keeper. Good from Burnley. Ball forward. Peters has to win this. Does do, but it'll break for Kane. Kane inside for Son. Centre circle. Touch back is nice. Bentancur on for Højbjerg. Bit of afters between Uruguayan and Aaron Lennon. Spread wide for Sessegnon. Keeps it in play. He can run at Roberts now. Edge of the box for Sessegnon. Gets a cross in, decent one. Peters wins it, hasn't got it away. Kane to win the next ball. Jumps with Brownhill, and that'll be a goal kick. Kane's not happy. Pat on the head from Ben Mee. But again, that's Burnley's competitive nature, isn't it, Andrew?
Yeah, just there's no doubt about it. Brownhill's going for the ball. He's got every right to go for the ball there, and you know, just Kane gets there before it, and he's having a bit of a word with Graham Scott there. Thinks he perhaps should be taking a look at that for a penalty, but no, never in a million years.
You don't get penalties.
It's a bit of
like
a frustrated Kane, I think. You know, he saw that shot from 30 yards that went nowhere, and put his team under a bit of pressure, really.
Final minute of the half. Højbjerg to use Royal. Back again here for Romero. Romero back and turn for Lloris. Here's Davis to drive forward. Ball back inside. A little bit of space for Bentancur here. He's just seen a little bit more space as the half goes on, the Uruguayan. Here he is again. Helps it on for Davis. Wide again once more for Sessegnon. Palace lead again at Watford. Conor Gallagher with a goal. Watford 1, Palace 2. Burnley just sitting tight here. We're about to find out from the fourth official the additional time. I can only think it'll be a minute perhaps. There was the treatment for Bentancur. Crowd getting behind them. Helped on here for Son. Tarkowski has to come across. Remember that super goal he scored at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? It's 1 minute. Thank you, Andrew. That was about counter-attack again. Ball in from Dyer. Read well by Tarkowski. Oh, and it's a decent clearance. Here's Weghorst. Just uses McNeil. Gone again, Weghorst. Looking to play him in. Not the right ball, was it?
It's unlucky. Really unlucky that. I think if we'd have just had another man up there, you know, we were just perhaps a little bit for the first time. Won it back though, won it back.
I think again it's an instance where on that occasion McNeil could have taken it on. Ben Mee's been caught out here. Here's Son, chance for Son, edge of the box. Burnley getting numbers back. Roberts trying to block it. He's been turned back. Hopefully it come to nothing. Sessegnon with the ball in. It's beyond everybody. Came to nothing, thankfully.
It's a great ball from Sessegnon, I have to say.
Yeah, if somebody had gambled.
Whipped in with pace and you know, caught Kane on his heels a little bit there.
Yeah.
You know.
That's half-time. I've got to say, really good half. It wasn't littered with chances by any means, but Burnley really competitive, really taking the game to Spurs, and there's very little between the sides.
Nothing at all, really. I can't remember either keeper, if we're being honest, really having much in the way of you know, what you'd call difficult moments. You know, the Reece perhaps came and collected a couple of high balls. Can't really remember Pope having much to do.
No.
You know, there's only really the shot from Emerson Royale over the bar.
I think what's significant, Andrew, is the crowd are right behind the team.
Yeah.
You've got to remember it's only one win in 20 Premier League games here, but the crowd are right behind them.
Yeah, I mean the crowd have been superb for the last couple of matches, the last few matches, really, I have to say. And but I think what we're seeing today is, you know, I think where we've not been good enough this season has been with the basics. I don't think we've done the basics well enough this season. And we've just started these last few matches to get the basics, the short passes, the not giving away cheap possession. You know, they're not hoofing it long. You know, we've got a big man up front, 6'6". We're not hoofing the
I've got to
ball
say, you know, and you've known me a few years, I'm honest when I get it wrong. I got it wrong. He's not a big 6'6" centre forward, is he?
No.
You don't get the ball in early from the wings.
No,
You're patient and you play through it.
Well, I mean, you mentioned before kickoff, 83 in his last 83 games are all in the box.
So it has to go in the box at some stage.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of, but it's refreshing to see, and I think Crouchy was a bit like that. You know, Crouchy
deceptively
was
good on the
deceptively good on the deck for a big man. You know, and again tonight he's been superb, coming looking for the ball, little bits of skill, taking the ball down, holding it up, waiting for people to come. You know, like you said, it's heat map. I mean, Alan Pace is going to save himself a fortune in undersoil eating.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
He literally covers everywhere, doesn't he?
He's everywhere. Wins the ball back, doesn't he? He is literally everywhere.
Yeah. But again, both wingers, got to say this, both wingers. I think Lennon on this side has been superb.
Good. Yeah, you're
Getting
right.
back to support Roberts.
Yeah, you're right.
And McNeil, I've banged on enough this first half. How many times?
He's found his mojo.
Who's winning the ball back in our third, within 18 yards of the byline? It's Dwight McNeil.
Yeah.
You know, and he's not just that. We saw the brilliant cross for Rodriguez. Jay's offside.
Yeah.
We've seen him try and influence play. We've seen him turning away from players. You know, he left Kane for dead at one point. You know, we're getting it back. And I wonder whether there's there's something from Dyche where he just thinks, you know what, I wonder if we'd have just rested him a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Perhaps not rushed him back from his COVID.
Yeah, I'm a massive fan of Dwight McNeil, as you know. But I think, careful how I say this, if it had been with another club in the Premier League, he may have had periods out the side. Yeah,
I mean, you see it, don't you? I mean, we saw it with Norwich and Todd Cantwell. We've seen it with Conor Gallagher at times. You know, you don't have to play. And I know a lot of these teams have far bigger squad depth than we do. But I just think at times, I think there's nothing wrong with a lad. You know, you talked about how many Premier League games for Ben Mee, 349.
Yeah. Well,
look at the amount of football, top flight football that Dwight McNeil's
He could blow that out of the water, couldn't he, if he plays for the next 10, 12 years for us?
Yeah.
You're right. It hasn't been a lot of games at a young age.
He's not had a rest. You know, there's not been that rest apart from.
And possibly the pandemic didn't help because we ended up playing in June and July. It's been a lot of football since he got in the side. What, 3 years ago?
Yeah, and you've got to look at player development. There's very few players, and perhaps Kane is one of the exceptions to the rule, where they come into football. And even Kane, he spent a lot of time on loan. Out at Leicester, out at Millwall.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's very rare do you see a young player come into a Premier League side, and let's be honest, it's not the luxury of being at Liverpool, where Harvey Elliott, really love Harvey Elliott. I think he's a cracking player. He'll have periods out of the side.
Yeah.
To
I'm
kind
sure
of
you're right.
watch and learn. Dyche is a big fan of bringing young players on the bench in the match day 20. I'd personally like to see a few more of them get a chance. Brilliant to see Michael Mellon sign a deal this week.
I think
brilliant to see Richardson sign a deal.
They're good players,
but
the two of them.
Getting them on, I think Lewis Richardson's on the bench tonight. Bobby Thomas. You can sit in the stand and watch a football match, or you can watch a football match from pitch level, from dugout level. And you look at someone like Bobby Thomas and Lewis Richardson. They're sat there with Ashley Barnes, they're sat there with Phil Barnes.
Sure they are. They're bound to be picking things
up. You're picking stuff up, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I know it's a big afternoon for Sam Waller on Saturday, and well done to him. Will Norris has not been too well recently. He's back in training, so he's fine now, Will Norris. But that's great to see that Sam Waller was involved. We didn't have time to get his number on the programme today because of deadlines, unfortunately, but it'll be on from now onwards.
Number 50.
Number 50, 50. Stockport-born lad, just 18, so big day for him to go all the way down to Brighton and be in the match day squad. And we can see Lewis Richardson out there now, just warming up with the subs and enjoying it. Now then, how have Burnley found a different level in the last few games? Probably started, to be fair, Arsenal away. Watford did follow that in really atrocious conditions. But how have Burnley found that next level, perhaps?
It's basics. It really, I really can't stress enough getting the basics right. I listened to a fascinating chat with Sir Ian McGeechan recently, and he had something called world-class basics. When he was Lions, the British and Irish Lions coach, he talks about world-class basics. It's about doing things right at the right time. And some of the players he talked about, he was saying, look, you don't have to do everything all of the time. Sean Dyche talked about when you're in a rut, you're looking for somebody else to do the next thing. And that next thing, you're almost not giving up responsibility, but you're looking for somebody else. And I think all we've done
leave it to somebody else.
Is we've stepped in and we've gone, you know what, we give the ball away too easily. Football's a possession game, and I'm not expecting us to have more than 35% possession against some of the big sides. But what we do need to do is, when we have the ball, you don't give it away cheaply. And I think, we've sat here
perhaps too much of that.
At how cheaply we've given the ball away at times. And I think that's it. I think it comes down to basics. I think, what you've got is you've got a very honest squad. You've not got any egos. You've got people who you can stick them in a room, shut them in a room, and Dyche and his squad can go out and say, we're back in 10 minutes, we want answers. Why aren't we performing? And I think some of it, the manager has to take some responsibility. I think at times we've not capitalised on being ahead. We talked about Leeds, we talked about Brighton at home. And I just think you've got to marry up, and Sean needs to marry up the basics with being as adventurous as we can be. And I think he's been looking for the players to give him that trust that they're getting the basics right.
I did wonder if we were sort of 5 yards further forward. I think the wide men, Lennon and McNeil, are just that little bit further forward, perhaps.
And
it showed today.
And this goes back to what I'm saying about being adventurous. You know what I mean? If you're inviting pressure for 80 minutes, you look at it today, and I don't want to, you don't want to jinx anything, but there's been times in this first half I forgot Son were playing. Because we've not allowed him to be there. He picks the ball up at the end. That's his chance. But all of a sudden, we're swarming around. That's the basics. You talk about Rangnick and you talk about all these managers. It's just about, you give the ball away, you've got to win it back inside 40 seconds, 30 seconds. And we've not been we've not been committed enough to get back, you know. And I singled McNeil out against United, and he's not the only one. You know, I think at times Westwood and Brownhill perhaps haven't been snappy enough.
I think
back.
Lennon's very good at that.
I think Lennon is one of those that actually I've never had an
possibly,
issue with.
you know, he does it better than Goodmanson and McNeil perhaps do.
I would agree.
And he's almost set an example coming back into the side. And he's come back in the side and proven people wrong, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we started pre-season, and you know, he came on in that final pre-season game, I think, as a substitute.
Yeah, and some of the reaction wasn't great.
No.
We've got to be honest there, haven't we? You know,
and I think we said maybe off air that, you know what,
he can give us something.
He's a number, you know, he's a body. We need bodies, and you know,
forget 34. Because he doesn't run, he doesn't act like a 34-year-old, does he?
No.
I think there was a stat, wasn't it? It was an unfortunate stat. The game against Huddersfield was the oldest Burnley side since the war. But you can't compare 2022 to even 1992.
No.
Can you? Never mind 1962.
No.
Because the fitness levels are far, far superior.
Yeah.
Players are playing longer into their career. Aaron
players
Lennon
are training
at 34.
full time. Players are, you know, players aren't, you know, I mean, just down the road from here, the Preston plumber, you know, I mean, Tom Finney used to, you know, had a trade as well. I mean, you know, not going back that far. I mean, Stuart Pearce used to have an electrician's firm.
Because he did, you know
what I mean? It's kind of like
times have changed.
This
is the Premier League, and you're working hard on players, and you're using science to work on players. We featured Lennon today in the programme, and his stats are those of a 27, 28-year-old.
Absolutely.
So you're taking chunks off his age of 34, you know, playing-wise. So I think, you know, it is an experienced group. Burnley did need pace. They did need a bit of youth. Cornet's come in. Roberts has come in. We've got that to an extent. Brownhill's shining. So, you know, we are finding ways of getting that bit of energy and pace in the side.
We are, and you know what I mean? It's, with the greatest respect, you know, you're never gonna, you know, I said after transfer window had closed, the negative is we only brought in Weghorst, and what an impact he's had.
Yeah.
But the positive is we've started to fish in different rivers, in different ponds, and you know, that shows the next stage of the growth of this team. You know, it's all about survival. Survive this season, then you build, then you can build, and that's what we want. You know, we want to be able to build.
They look good signings.
You know.
They look good signings. We've got to get Maxwell a little bit fitter, perhaps, haven't we? I mean, it took an awful knock at Brighton.
He did, I mean, it's you know, I always joke about Dyche fit, and it's kind of, you know, the kind of he's got to be Dyche fit. But you know what? There's something to be said for having a full pre-season under Sean Dyche.
Yes, there is.
You know, let's not beat about the bush.
Kieran Trippier made a big thing of that. Didn't
absolutely. You know, you look at players, you know. You look at kind of Charlie Taylor when he first came into the side, you know, had that experience of you know, sitting and watching, having a bit of a watching brief. James Tarkowski, fit lads, you know, they get into it. You know, the reason that, you know, there's a reason why when Kevin Long comes in, or when Bardsley comes in, or when Eric Peters comes in,
they're ready for it.
They're ready for it. It's because they know they have to be at that level. And the problem with Maxwell is he's come from France, which, you know, again, with the greatest respect, he's not the Premier League.
Fitness-wise,
Benkentur and you know, players who've come from Italy, you know, there's different facets in these leagues. You know, he's been kind of in and out of the side with injury as it is. He goes to Cameroon, you know, sits around on the bench for quite a while. You know, starts one game, comes on as a sub in another, you know, comes back. You know, and he's not fully fit. He's lost whatever sharpness he was just building before the Cup of Nations, African Cup of Nations. And it is difficult. It really is difficult. But I genuinely think, you know, if we stay up and we keep hold of him, and there's no reason why we won't, I think
it could be a real bright spot, couldn't he?
You know, we've mentioned his stats a couple of times already in terms of goals from chances and appearances.
Yeah.
You know, the stats are incredible.
They were standout, weren't they? How he hits the ball, left foot and right foot. News on Liverpool, they're now 3 up against Leeds. They're playing quarter of an hour behind us.
I mean, you talked about that in pre-match, in Leeds being open.
53 they've conceded now, Andrew. 53 plays 29.
A lot of goals, you know. You look at our goal difference down there.
You
know, and I know, you know, we say it's worth 2 points, it's worth a win. It's only worth a win if you're in the mix, of course, but absolutely. Spurs look like they're bringing on Harry Winks. I wonder whether it's going to be Benkenser who's...
Yeah, he is, isn't he? He's warming up
shirt
without a tracksuit, so that's an indication. Good spot.
I wonder whether it's Benkenser.
I would think so, yeah. I mean, it could only be for one of the two, couldn't it? Bentancur or Højbjerg. And I would think it's Bentancur.
Yeah. Unless Spurs go, more traditional 4-4-2, of course, they could...
I can't see them playing 3 central midfielders, really, can you?
Possibly not, to be fair.
They want to be on the front foot against Burnley, you would think. It's a big chance for Harry Winks, because he's been on the periphery for a little while now.
Yeah, good player, really like Winks.
Yes,
I think he moves the ball really nicely.
Yeah, I thought so. And they're just doing a few drills now, aren't they, with a couple of members of staff, just to emphasise that, where he keeps getting the ball, helps it on, keeps getting the ball, helps it on. And he's coming on now.
It does look like Benkenser.
Can't see him, yeah, can't see him. Palace leading 2-1 at Watford at half-time. So, I mean, that's big news as far as Burnley concerned. Burnley got a Palace on Saturday. Here come Burnley now. No changes for the Clarets. Possession at the first half, 37% Burnley, 63 Tottenham.
So
no shots on target.
More than
no shots on target for Tottenham, which was interesting.
3 for Burnley, perhaps.
Just the one,
just
I think.
One,
Brownhill
shot,
it? Yeah. So a very quiet half in terms of chances, but nonetheless a good half for Burnley. Very, very competitive. So Winks, he's on at half-time for Rodrigo Bentancur. So he'll slot in alongside Højbjerg. Graham Scott to get us underway, start the second half in not great conditions. I was going to say atrocious, but atrocious was Watford. This is possibly slightly better, although you do have to nail everything to the desk still. Sean Dyche just jogging across the pitch.
I have to say, I felt fairly sorry for the girl on the car park at the tennis club. She sat there on a chair, and I said, "Oh, you get all the best." She said, "Actually, this is one of the better nights."
Oh.
And I said, "Yeah, actually, I remember Watford. She looked like a drowned rat, unfortunately."
Oh, yeah. We're underway. Benme to get it forward. Weghorst to win the header. Brownhill to try and jump with Winks, his first action. Spurs get it forward. A bit longer early on for Kane, perhaps. Here's Peters to win the header. Just announcing the sub. Winks for Bentancur, and Brownhill to get this back. Can he take it down? He's got options wide with McNeil. McNeil on for Brownhill, trying to touch it on for Rodriguez. Good skill, good feet. Rodriguez caught, no foul. Referee shakes his head. Rodriguez not impressed. Good run here from Son. Just covers, 40, 50 yards. Does that so well. And Benme's caught him. That'll be a foul just on this right-hand side. Don't think Benme's going in the book. News on Burnley bookings. Brownhill's on 7. Tarkowski's on 6 in the Premier League. The 2-game ban for 10 yellows ends after 32 games. This free kick is 7-8 yards outside the box, right-hand side.
Yeah, first real test for the Clarets, trying to get on the front foot early doors, but
a couple of players in an offside position.
Kulusevski and Son over it. You think it's going to be Son?
Yeah, you would think so. Let's just see what happens here. Just replacing the ball, I think. Was that a distraction? Kulusevski's there as well. 2-man wall. It's left for Son. Son to deliver. Swings it in. Good ball in there. Header one against the bar. Burnley trying to get it away still. Still not properly away. We'll see a replay of that in a minute. Header against the bar. Winks for Royale. Again back for Winks. Tries to come on Burnley. It's a good delivery from Son. The header was won. Back off the bar. Better from Spurs. Half-time at Anfield. It's 3-0. That's away from Leeds, I would suggest already. Helped on towards Romero, he's joining the attack here. Romero trying to touch it back, Peters to hack it away. Got some good distance on it, will go out for a throw-in. I think it's Harry Kane with the header, you know.
Yeah, I think it is. It's great.
There might have been an offside in the build-up.
It's great movement from Kane.
It
Peels
is.
away.
Just gets the head on it, doesn't he?
Yeah,
in between me
comes off
and Weghorst.
Yeah.
Header against the bar. Always produces something against Burnley. And just suggest he's done it again there, but back off the bar. That would have been Son to Kane, and that would have been the Premier League record, wouldn't it? They're looking to get past Drogba and Lampard. Here's Royal just busting a gut to get here, but Peters gets there ahead of him. It's a throw only. Down this right-hand side. Good free kick from Son. Really was a good free kick. It's with Royal.
Really not sure
right-hand side.
Royal's managed to kind of steal himself 10 yards back there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right.
Surely it's down to the linesman as well as the referee.
Should be down right by the corner flag, that throw-in, and he's got himself into a better position. That looked like a foul throw.
He did, yeah. Burnley trying to win it through Rodriguez. Peters in strong, in again strong. On for Weghorst, who gets his body in the way to try and keep possession. Does it again, he's good at that. On for Court. Court looks to spread it, giving Roberts a bit to do. Sessegnon the favourite. And Sessegnon just turns it back inside. Burnley, Pope in goal. Roberts, Tarkowski, me, Peters at the back. Lennon, Court, Brownhill, McNeil in midfield. Weghorst and Rodriguez up front. Nice layoff here to try and find Son, and Son's held off Brownhill. Helps it on Royal, chance here. Hasn't scored in the Premier League, he's gone wide. Ball into the middle, Burnley win the header. Peters should clear here, gets it away into our stand, and that'll be a throw only for Spurs. But they've come alive a little bit.
Yeah, I think you perhaps expected a reaction from Spurs after kind of being on the back foot for quite a lot of that first half, really, and it's up to the Clarets really to see out the first 5-10 minutes of this second half and try and build some possession of his own.
Clearances from Rodriguez, chase for Weghorst here. Højbjerg will just turn it back to his keeper. So Kane got between Rodriguez and me on that free kick. Header back off the bar. Flush off the bar. Son with a flick on here, but that's Ben Mee's ball. Uses Peters. Peters just looking to come forward if he can. Uses Brownhill. It's wide for Roberts. Touch on for Lennon. Lennon having to come back here though. Needs a bit of help here, Lennon. Might have to go back to his keeper. Has done. Pope outside his box, big boot, wind assisted now, but it should be an easy one this time for Davis. But they put so much into that first half, you just wonder about energy levels. Tarkowski to win that. There's a flag up, free kick taken quickly, not from the right spot, not even close, not even close. I mean, the referee I think has had a rethink, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think
it's still not the right spot. He's had a rethink, hasn't he, there? I think you mentioned Weghorst in the referee's here, and he had a rethink because of Weghorst.
I think he's a bit kind of like, how are we letting this get away?
I mean, it was ridiculously different to where the offence was. Here's Son, just collects it so well and turns well. Burnley trying to get numbers around him. On for Sessegnon. Sessegnon against Roberts. Looking to go on the outside, Sessegnon. Blocked from Roberts, first corner of the second half because of the way of Spurs. It's been a while since we've had a corner. The 4 corners we've had were all in the first 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think we mentioned the Burnley fullbacks, the Burnley wingers kind of being 3 or 4 yards, 5 yards further up. I think Spurs have set up in that way.
The wing backs have gone a bit further, haven't they?
He's kind of almost camped in the Burnley half.
Ball into the middle's dangerous. Header won by Tarkowski. It was a priceless one header. He did it ever so well. At full stretch to get there. Headers it behind. Another corner. It's gone short. Burnley a little bit caught out there. Kulusevski to get it in. Ben Mee wins the header. The offside players behind him. He couldn't really leave it. Lennon hacks it away. Chases on here for McNeil. touch back by Oiber to his keeper. I wonder if playing into the wind helps a little bit, Andrew. Holds the ball up a touch.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, it's
Rodriguez under pressure.
It's a foul.
It's a foul, I think, isn't it? Too much pressure on him on that occasion. Not quite sure how Royal had got over that side, but it was Royal. Burnley free kick, almost on the touchline. Instructions from Dyche for Jay Rodriguez.
Very rare you see that from Dyche.
Yes, he does.
He's out of his area. He's out of his technical area there.
He's spotted something, hasn't he, for Jay Rodriguez?
You know what I mean? That's, you know, we talk about kind of, you know, perhaps the way we're doing things differently. You know, Dyche is, you know, perhaps even
trying to get
a little bit of his way as well.
Brownhill to get it in. Weghorst tries to hit it on the volley. Spurs can't get it away though at the minute. Back in from Tarkowski. Oh, it might have been a chance, headed on. I think Court was right in there. Peters trying to take it in his stride. Collides with Royal. It will be a Spurs throw. The referee will just see if Peters is all right here. He's taking a bit of a battering from Royal.
It's a bit of a slightly heavy touch there, and
yeah, he was committed though, Peters.
He certainly is, isn't he? You know,
yeah,
he's
got clattered by Royal.
Talk about Weghorst being a warrior. I think Peters is, you know, he's
something in the Dutch blood, I think.
Yeah.
Doesn't need treatment, picks himself up. If anything, the wind's got worse. Royal with the throw. He's going to get picked up for a foul throw at some stage, surely, Andrew.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not convinced.
We saw it against Watford. You know, we saw, I can't remember who it was for Watford, but, you know, they just... Surely it's a fairly simple...
Yeah.
You know, we talk about basics at half-time. Surely being able to throw...
It looks mechanical, doesn't it?
Yeah.
To be kind to the lad. Header one at the back by Romero. Brownhill for Cork. Cork on for Peters. Thankfully okay after that knock. Brownhill wide for McNeil. Can't reach that. He's good from Burnley, though. Just couldn't get on the end of it. Here's Royal. Ironically, the Kane header won't count as a shot on target because it hit the bar. Here's Brownhill. Nice flick for Rodriguez. Rodriguez waits, uses McNeil. I want to see McNeil take on Royal if he can here. Challenge from Romero, be a Burnley throw. Everything to play for here. 10 minutes into the second half. Back for me. Uses Tarkowski straight back in the side. Might have been a little harsh on Collins, but he's such a tried and tested Premier League player. Hooked down the line by Roberts. Nobody really picking up on that. It's gone back to the keeper, Lloris. Lloris nearly had an extra touch that enticed Weghorst. It's me for McNeil. Peter's gone ahead of him. McNeil looking to have a run down the wing now. This is what he's good at. Knocked over by the Swede, Kulusevski, and that'll be a free kick. Good from McNeil. You just want him to take men on, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, we saw first half he doesn't necessarily need to get a ball into the box, but I would like to see, you know, him just test Royal a little bit, get Royal running back towards his own goal just a bit, just to put a bit of pressure on the full-back, you know, just to let him know he's there, you know what I mean? Just to
absolutely.
Kind of say, hang on a minute, you better not get too far forward here.
Here's McNeil with the delivery, swings in, he's looking for Ben Mee at the far post, wins the header, heads it down into the hands of Lloris. Burnley were close to picking up the bits and pieces there.
Great ball in.
It was a good ball, wasn't it? That's what he's good at, McNeil. Delivered it to that far post. If maybe could have gone for goal.
Yeah, it was kind of neither one thing or another there, was it? He's kind of headed in the general direction. You know, he's knocking it down. He probably thinks one of his you know, a teammate's going to be there. But in the end, it was neither a kind of, you know, back across goal or an effort, you know, effort on goal, if you will.
Here's Romero. Burnley 0, Tottenham 0. Live from Turf Moor. Burnley go to Palace on Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff. I'm told it's Burnley's first 3 o'clock kickoff since November. Spread wide here for Royal. He'll reach it, look to get a cross in. He's gone deep. He's picked out Sessegnon. Might break here. Kulusevski. Peters was so strong to win it. What a great challenge that is from Eric Peters. Here's Weghorst looking to hold the ball up against Dyer. Dyer's just nicked it off him, and it'll be a Spurs throw. Some challenge that from Eric Peters.
Yeah, again, it's just that didn't panic. You know, the ball almost gets caught under his feet once he's made that challenge. He's got the calmness just to move it to one side, to Roberts and to Lennon, and you know, that kind of typifies, you know, Burnley's play. There's no panic. You know, we seem kind of calm in ourselves. You know, we're comfortable with the ball at his feet.
Here's Kulusevski looking for Kane. He'll have to run the channel here to collect it. He's got Royale with him. Kane, right wing, looking to get the cross in. Oh, it's a decent ball. Tarkowski wins the header. Corner. It's a better Spurs this second half. I suppose it had to be.
Yeah, real rocket, I think, from Antonio Conte at half-time, and certainly we're seeing that reaction that he'll have demanded, seeing a reaction that those Spurs fans in the Barnfield stand would have been expecting as well.
Burnley have got to weather this. Corner on that far side. Everybody back for Burnley. It's gone short. Helped on again. Swung in, but Burnley will clear. Rodriguez tried to find a man, couldn't manage it. Swing in again, a little bit deeper this time. Header one. Højbjerg again trying to get a ball. It looked suspiciously like offside, but nothing given. Here's McNeil. He needs a bit of support here. Peters trying to help him. McNeil does well with it. That's good work on his left foot. Challenge was from Royale to win it. Peters caught in possession. Here's Kulusevski. Swedish international Kulusevski, only 21. Looks a real find from Conte. Crowd find their voice. Winks trying to get the ball forward. Peters wins the header. Might just break here for Romero. He's looking to try and get forward as much as he can. Here's Winks again. Seen a lot of the ball, Winks. McNeil nearly nicked it, but couldn't. Kulusevski on for Royale.
Dyche desperate to get his team further up the park.
Yes, yeah.
Don't want us sitting back, you know. Don't
having
want
to defend,
camped on the edge of his area. You know, he wants, you know, he keeps calling for. That's it.
Kulusevski, well won by Brownhill. He'll have to win it again. Left it for each other almost. Here's Kane. Looks to have a shot. Looks to shoot almost from anywhere, Harry Kane. I suppose that's why he's got the goal record he has. Dragged it wide of the target. Left-footed on this occasion.
Just a bit unfortunate there.
Yeah.
Looked like we dealt with it.
Yeah.
Daisy cutter more than anything from Kane. Slashes at it, I think, a little bit. This is where I think Burnley have got to be looking at wind direction, make sure we don't get kind of any nasty surprises from Nick Pope's goal kicks. I think fairly confident he's going to get something on it.
Yes, I think got to be on your guard every time. He will get a bit more distance than he did in the first half, probably. Ben Mee wins that against Harry Kane. Højbjerg in strong, but Burnley do win it from Peters. Throw only. Royale for Højbjerg. Back for Royale. I'm not sure he wanted it back. Hits it against Weghorst. Here's Romero. Crowd been excellent again. Plenty of noise. Touched on here. Burnley win it through Brownhill. His energy levels are sensational. Coming away with it, Royale. Not sure that was what we thought it was. It's given by Scott as a foul. Royale just tumbled to the floor.
Well, I think he knew he wasn't getting the ball there, and
he could have played on there, the referee.
Took a bit of a ride, I think, on Jack
he could have played
challenge.
On there, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he's not book caught, you know, you don't think it's bad enough for a booking, so...
I think he could have played on there. Spurs had possession. Don't understand why he's not been consistent there. Rodriguez just pulled his man back. Burton having a bit of a sticky spell, perhaps. Spurs are maybe just adding to their class. I think Winks is getting on the ball a little bit more than Bentancur. But it's good noise in driving rain. Davies gets a bit lucky, avoids the challenge from Lennon. It's wide for Royale. Back inside, Burnley will win it here. Brownhill getting through the work. Romero trying to get back at him. Holds him off. Here's McNeil, skips past one. Can he skip past two? Oh, he can. It's great skill. Oh, fantastic from McNeil. In against the defender. That was sensational from McNeil. Wow, what a bit of skill that was.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we want to see. Lovely. He looked like he'd gone down a
blind alley.
You know what? Look at this wind. Looked like he'd gone down a blind alley, as you say, and somehow managed to pick the ball up, still emerge with it, gets himself into the area.
We'll see that again, I'm sure. Somehow we're finding a bit of skill in the conditions. I'm going to tell you now, it's as bad as it was against Watford. Here's Pope, just moves on to his left-hand side, gets to kick forward. Cork trying to flick it on, can't win it, and this is where Spurs are driving forward now. Helped on for Kane, in the box, Kane, ball back into the middle. Peters has to deal with it, and it's ushered behind. It'll be a corner. Conditions are absolutely dreadful now. Sixth corner for Spurs. It's gone short again. They do take them quickly. Burnley have got to grab the ball perhaps in those situations. Stop them taking them quickly. Sessegnon helping on for Kane, just outside the box. Tarkowski with him, looking to get it into the middle. Royale is coming here, hooks it back in, still not away. Royale to touch it back. Chance saved by Pope. Royale to try and get it back. McNeil with the block. It's a super save in there from Nick Pope. A top class save in there.
How many times have we seen that strong wrist from Nick Pope? Can't have seen much of it, came right at him.
First shot on target, that. And then there's Son. He's only out of play.
That looks a goal kick. That looks a goal kick. Well done. Brilliant challenge from McNeil. Royale looked certain to smash it.
Yes, he did get it back across. We see it now. Might have been offside, Royale. Might just have been offside. Might have been offside twice, I think, Royale there.
I think the first McNeil's beyond him, but he's off the pitch.
Is he beyond Pope? That's the question.
Yeah, that's
at that
true.
point.
That's true. Yeah.
So I'm not entirely sure there, but anyway, came to nothing. But the first shot on target from Spurs. 64
minutes.
Yeah, you're looking at a sticky spell, isn't it? It's a sticky spell for Burnley.
Another change for Spurs. Lucas Moura coming on for Royale.
Good spot. That's a surprise. I thought he'd had a bit of joy. So it's a change. Is this a change in formation?
I think this probably is.
Kulusevski's going to right wing back, isn't he?
Yes.
So Moura will go up front. Scored with a header in that EFL Cup tie. So change. Kulusevski's gone to right wing back. Moura up front alongside Kane and Son. It was Davis that he denied Pope, and it looks a top save. Kick's just gone out of play in the conditions.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about with those conditions, just making sure, you know, we're not giving away cheap possession. You know, it's difficult for goalkeepers. You know, you don't want to be doing what Spurs did first half and being camped in your own 18-yard box. But you've also got to make sure we're not giving away unnecessary throw-ins or possession unnecessarily.
Yeah. Burnley to win this through Brownhill. Helps it on for Cork. Here's Rodriguez. Got Roberts with him. Down the line for Lennon. Lennon trying to knock it back inside. That's giving it away, unfortunately. And Son just gains yards so quickly. Great from Roberts. What a challenge that is from Roberts. Kept with him. Brown had to be careful there. Rodriguez in an offside position, just had to wait. Rodriguez coming inside his man to win it again. That's nice. Here's McNeil for Vegas. Can he get a shot away here? Great defending, to be fair. I think it's Romero, isn't it, coming across?
Brilliant. That's an absolutely fantastic challenge.
Knew he was likely to shoot.
The Spurs man. I think it's Davis actually looking at it. Romero.
Yes, could be. Yeah, could be. Yeah, could be.
Possibly not. We'll have to look at the replay. Yeah. Superb challenge. You know, Vegas, I think the ball holds up a little bit. He can't get it in front of him.
It's just behind him, isn't it? Yeah, it's just behind him. Maybe Burnley's best chance of the second half. Ball into the middle for Son, who's looking more and more dangerous now. Turns away from Tarkowski, back inside. Oibier. Kulusevski's pulled away to the back post. Helped on, looking for Kane. Son will get another chance here. Looks to try and hook it wide. McNeil's won it. Header away by Peters. Keeper couldn't come. Tarkowski wins it bravely. Rodriguez trying to get back and win it. Difficult times now for Burnley. They've got to find a way of hanging on here. Son wide for Kulusevski. Can he get a shot away here? It's a good effort. What a block from Ben Mee. It's not gone out for a corner, and Kulusevski keeps it in play. Looking to take on his man. Back inside nicely. Shot on target and blocked. Here's Winks trying to get a shot away. Easy one for Pope. That's on target as well. I think they're looking for more quality down this right-hand side with Kulusevski, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's have a look at this. He cuts inside his left foot. Pope does ever so well. Mee does ever so well to block it. Maybe Pope would have stopped it anyway. That's a big kick from Pope. I'm going to be careful here. It'll run and run. Back through to Lloris, and Burnley relinquished possession again. 67 minutes gone. Halfway through the second half. In atrocious conditions again. Almost for the fourth home game in succession. Here's Romero. We haven't seen a replay yet, that Weghorst opportunity. Here's Lloris, right in the edge of his box, outside his box in fact, left-footed, looking to try and find Kane. Does do. Kane wins the header, but Ben Mee will tidy up. Uses Peters, wearing 23 at left-back, inside nicely for Brownhill. Roberts is available, uses him. Roberts short inside for Cork, on in turn for Brownhill. Burnley enjoying a bit of possession. Here's skipper Ben Mee. Wide here for McNeil, he's had a good game. Can he whip in across here? Oh, he can! He's right in there! Oh, it was a header! Rodriguez, saved by Lloris. Good header as well. This game is opening up a bit. Burnley can't win it. Kane away now. He's got Son running ahead of him. Well judged from Tarkowski. Super work. What a game we've got this second half now. Great ball in from McNeil. He's right back to his best. Here's Lennon looking to skip past men. Lost out in the end. Burnley've got to try and win it back here. It's Kane dropping deep. Finds Son. Morris ahead of him. Son looking to drive now at Tarkowski. Come on the inside, can he get his shot away? Kulusevski, left foot, wide, so close. It's a great move. He's given him more quality, hasn't he, down this right, the young Swede. Maybe should have got it on target.
Yeah, I mean, it sits nicely for him. It's a great ball, wide, and he's the man on the overlap, really. Peters has had to come inside to watch Mora. He is free to a certain extent. And yeah, you're kind of expecting to at least make Nick Pope make a save there. Unfortunately, or fortunately for the Clarets, it's not. Great header that. He comes in, goes in, does.
Yeah, does.
Rodriguez, brilliant ball.
What a cross that is. What a cross it is.
Gets beyond Sessegnon. And you know what? He's not straight to the keeper. He's got to get down for that.
He's got to get down and scoop it away.
He's done everything he can there, Jay, really.
Yeah, that's what you want, almost peeling away, don't you, onto the wing-backs who are not going to be as strong in the air. Here's Mee. Game on here. Very much so. 70th minute, it's 0-0. Looking for Weghorst here, trying to cake it down. Weghorst under pressure, leaves it a little short for Roberts, but that's good skill. On for Lennon. Lennon trying to go on the outside here. Sessegnon pulls him down. Might be the first yellow card of the game. Although Graham Scott is not going across. There'll be a Burnley free kick. You want to see Aaron Lennon go on the outside, don't you?
Yeah, brilliant that from Lennon. Just kind of, put the afterburners on a little bit.
Sessegnon had no answer.
Yeah, I mean,
surely that's a yellow card.
He's not going to play the ball. He's come across and he
could have booked him in the first half, and he could have been in trouble there, Sessegnon. In anybody's world, that's a yellow card.
Yeah, I mean,
it's wrestled into the floor.
That's a typical yellow card, isn't it?
Of course it is.
There's no attempt to play the ball. He's not even gone in with his feet. He's gone in with his arms.
I mean, he's a fair way away, Graham Scott, but the liner can help. Swung in here towards the back post. And away! It's the skipper! Ben Mee with it! What a free kick! What a header! A Burnley lead! It's Ben Mee with it! No need to look at that on VAR. Burnley 1, Tottenham Hotspur 0. It's the skipper.
What a free kick that is! What a free kick! Brilliant ball in. Ben Mee starts from outside the box. Romero has no idea where he is. What a ball that is. Josh Brownhill. Take a bow. Superb.
Super header. Still has work to do, but he's got the better Romero at the back post. No chance for the keeper, and Burnley have a lead against high-flying Spurs. His eyes are on the ball all the time. Wins the header. No chance. Burnley lead. Now then,
Ben Mee's over Romero before Romero even knows he's there.
Yeah. Just times the run better, doesn't
it? Very poor defending from Spurs, I have to say. What a header from the skipper. We talked about 349th league appearance for Burnley. Wow.
What a free kick it was. What a header. And Burnley lead. Now then, 18 minutes remain. on what's been a special Turf Moor night so far. It's forward for Son. Spurs have a lot to offer yet. Got a magical side going forward. Cameron Ben-Mee, what a career he's had at Burnley. Now then, that's the goal the Clarets wanted. Roberts with the throw, picks out Weghorst, just trying to hold it up, the big Dutchman. It breaks for Rodriguez, he's onside. Nutmegs his man. Roberts down that right-hand side for Lennon. Roberts will go again, it's a big ass. Davies is across to deal with it. Lennon picks it up, scoops it into the box, can't find a man. Rodriguez blocks it, still haven't got it away. Sessegnon will take the throw. Now, I suppose 17 minutes can be a long time in football, Andrew.
Yeah,
got to find a way to see this out.
It certainly can, but it's just, we've got, we're ahead. We're ahead. You've got to keep this pressure on.
Break for Peters. McNeil wanting the ball all the time now. Whips it across. Decent ball. Will it fall for Lennon? Looks to take it down. Couldn't. It was an awkward height. Just couldn't get it away. He's getting back at Son though. That's what he does well. Son inside nicely for Romero. Remember, they won at Manchester City on Saturday. And Burnley lead here tonight by 1-0. Long way to go. Inside here for Winks. Listen to the crowd, fantastic noise at Turf Moor. Space here for Sessegnon. Roberts will go to him. Lennon there too. Ball back inside for Winks. Seen a lot of the ball, he's helped them. Here's Mora on for Kulusevski. Back inside for Romero. Just gets the better of Rodriguez. Here's Davis. Oh, bit of space here. Left-hand side for Son. In the box now. Burnley trying to close him down. Uses Sessegnon. Sessegnon trying to go on the outside. Lennon trying to close him down. Sessegnon's done well. Gets the ball in right-footed. Mora to try and win the header. Mora to knock it down for Kulusevski. Kulusevski in the box. Going on the outside. Good block here from McNeil. Back again here. It's with Winks. Kulusevski, bit of space. McNeil will come to him. Kulusevski, good block from McNeil. He's having a great game. But Burnley sitting back a little now. Davis wide for Sessegnon. Sessegnon edge of the box. Has a bit of support with Kane dropping deep. Come inside now, Kane. He'll have a sight of goal perhaps from there, will he? Hooks it on for Højbjerg. Højbjerg on in turn. Kulusevski. Good cross in there. It's deep, it's too deep. That's a goal kick. You want every breather you can get now, don't you?
Of course you do. I mean, look at Kane. Kane's looking to get the ball back for Nick Pope as quickly as possible. Just having another look at that goal.
Oh.
It's a great header. He hits it so cleanly.
I'm not sure Romero's ever looking at the ball properly, is he?
He kind of, I think he senses that Ben-Mee's coming up behind him. And he just, he'll be disappointed seeing Conte, a bit of he's looking down at the ground. He just, you shouldn't be allowing players. Ben-Mee starts outside the box. He's almost the furthest man from goal, and then just curls round.
Yeah, it's clever. It's clever. It's a great ball in from Brownhill. He looks like he pumps it in with pace to the back post. Weghorst can't flick that on. Wins it a second time though. Kane, nice layoff. Players stayed down. Son looked offside there to me. No flag. Son's waiting for support. Hooks it into the middle. It's come off the attacker anyway. And then the flag goes up. What a total waste of energy.
But
he looked offside, Andrew.
What you look at there is...
Right, give me the flag. Give me the flag, because I could tell it was offside.
What if someone picks up an injury there? Somebody slides in these conditions.
Absolutely
pulls
ridiculous.
Hamstring.
I'm telling you now on the replay, it's not close, is it?
No.
It's not close.
It's one of the new rules. I get it. If it's marginal, you keep your flag down. If it's, we had the one with Rodriguez just inside the second half. You've wasted that 5 or 6 yard sprint when you're offside. Stick the flag up.
Pope with a free kick. Long way to go. 76 minutes on the watch. Ben-Mee's goal separating the two sides.
Another Spurs.
Yes, there is.
Good
spot. Good spot. He came and got 2 late goals against Leicester. I'm going to warn you that they came from nowhere to beat Leicester at the King Power Stadium. Here's McNeil. Back again for Ben-Mee. Clips it forward. Touch on from Rodriguez for McNeil. He thought about looking for Weghorst. I don't think he was quite in the middle for the cross. Peters to win this, battling away a second time. He's on the deck now though. Ball's forward for Kane. This is dangerous. Burnley maybe lacking in numbers here. If they can get this forward, Sessegnon. Peters trying to get back. McNeil trying to get back. Sessegnon for Kane. Kane just goes a little wide there. Up back. It's not the best of balls for Winks, but he'll collect it. Winks halfway line. Looking for options, Winks. Uses Lucas Moura. Cries have come on Burnley. The crowd realise. Remember, it's just one winning 20 Premier League games here at Turf Moor, and they lead Spurs by a goal to nil. Højbjerg, Cork trying to get a touch. Weghorst is back there, battling away. Might fall for Sessegnon, looking to try and take it on the outside. Good ball in, Ben Mee leaves it. Ball back into the middle, might fall for Sessegnon. Tries to keep it in play. Cork with the header away. Weghorst is there. Almost leave it to me, lads. I'll try and clear it. And he comes away with the ball and fouled. Sensational from Weghorst. Surely that's a booking. Surely that is a booking. He's had a right old hack at Weghorst there.
Yeah, Weghorst rolls around a bit and then guess what he does? Bellows at Graham Scott. As if to say, what? How's that? How's that not?
Winks knew what he was doing there, I think. He knew the lad was away from him. Good work from Sessegnon. Ben Mee, I think, made the decision to leave it.
It's a great
He
ball.
didn't want to get a touch and knock it in. And Sessegnon couldn't keep it in play.
Just knocks it up. There's
So this change. Sessegnon to make way. Bergwijn to come on. So the wing-backs have gone now.
yeah.
They've got to go for attack, haven't they?
Spurs
Handshake from Winks and Weghorst. He's okay.
Spurs putting all their attacking Arsenal into its final 11 minutes.
Everything is out there now, isn't it? But you're seeing a different Burnley, aren't you?
Yeah, you are. You know, I mean, you know, if you think about Saturday when we, sorry, not Saturday, last week when we had, you know, Liverpool's front three made to look very, very ordinary for most part.
Peters battling with Lucas Moura, doesn't allow him to get the ball away. Here's Brownhill inside for Cork, on for Mee back inside for Tarkowski. Still a long way to go in football terms, over 10 minutes. Mee looking here for Rodriguez. That'll run, and Romero wanted to go out of play. Rodriguez tried to apply pressure. It'll be a goal kick for Spurs. Wow, what a header that was from Ben Mee. It's gone short. I don't think that could be taken then, because Weghorst was still in the 18-yard box, but the referees let it continue. Bit of space on that far side, isn't there, for Bergwijn? Burnley got to be careful here, because basically it's just three centre-backs now. The wing-backs are wingers. It's almost 5 up, isn't it? Son, Kane, Lucas Moura.
3-2-5 for, you know, when they're in possession, you've literally got Højbjerg and Winks sat in front of a back three, and that's it,
your
really,
lot.
isn't it?
That's your lot. Bergwijn's chasing this now against Roberts. Roberts trying to cushion the ball out, but Bergwijn's kept it in. Trying to turn inside Roberts. Touch back for Son. It's going to be a long 10 minutes here. Back inside for Dyer. Dyer on in turn for Romero. Burnley haven't made any changes. That might influence how much time is left. Mee to clear his lines here. Header won by Romero. Brownhill to win the next. He's just not stopped running, Brownhill. Here's McNeil. Just uses Peters. Peters inside for Cork. Cork just used Ben Mee. Ben Mee on for Peters. Burnley leading by a goal to nil. Down the line, what a ball that is. Weghorst on for McNeil. McNeil looked up. I don't think he had anything on. Tries to find Weghorst, just hits his heel, goes out of play for a throw. We're inside the final 9 minutes. Burnley 1, Spurs 0. Barnes is warming up. Just wonder if that is one change Burnley would make. Spurs can't make any more now. It's back with Eric Dyer. Burnley got to Palace on Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff. Play Leicester here next Tuesday. It's a hectic schedule. Ball forward. Kulusevski will fancy getting on the end of this. Does do, but Peters should clear. His first touch let him down a little there. Here's McNeil. Gets it forward for Weghorst. Those two working well together now. Weghorst has kept that in play. Embarrassed Romero a little there. It's bounced off McNeil. Weghorst is on the chase again. Looking to tease his man. Hold him off. Great work On for McNeil. Crowd just love that, don't they? He's picked out Roberts. Great ball. Couldn't take it in his stride. Might have another chance now after the defensive work. Here's Lennon. Can he deliver a cross now? A telling cross. It's a corner. Fantastic from Burnley. Just catching the breath a little here, aren't they?
What you won't give for a second now.
Oh, you would. You would. Veghorst gives you absolutely 100%.
Yeah, I mean, there's two times there where he really has no right to come away with that ball, and he does do. And that, you know what I mean? You're looking at that commitment. You know, we talked about him being a warrior before the game, and he absolutely is, isn't he?
Man Mountain. Me and Tarkowski gone forward. That's interesting. McNeil with the delivery. Volley from me. Can he put it in? Oh, he had 2 attempts. He had 2 attempts at it. And Rodriguez was in the middle. Couldn't apply the finishing touch. I hope Burnley don't regret that. Great corner from McNeil. It went beyond everybody. 2 touches from McNeil.
Oh, Jay.
And then Jay just couldn't keep it down, could he, Rodriguez?
Stabbed at it more than anything else.
Big chance. Big chance. It would have sealed the game, I think. Now then, Spurs still think they're alive. Incredible second half in atrocious conditions. Kulusevski back inside for Dyer. Dyer on in turn here for Davis. Cries of come on Burnley. Bergwijn comes inside. Does he look to get the cross in? He does. It's cleared acrobatically by Cork. Burnley trying to win the next ball with Brownhill. Taken on here by Winks. Trying to go all the way through. Tarkowski wins it. Stabs it wide. No foul. It'll be a throw only. Spurs aren't happy. Brownhill's limping in there. Burnley going to have to watch that.
They are looking at this.
Are they? It's in the box, isn't it? Just Winks thinks he's blocked off. No message on the screen.
No, it's just Graham Scott just pointing at his ear.
They're having a look now, aren't they, on VAR?
I don't think Winks is getting there.
No offence.
That was very quick.
I'm not sure why we even looked at it, to be honest. It seemed strange, didn't it? Romero.
Stuart Atwell on VAR deciding it just needed one look. That's all he looked at, really.
Here's Dyer. Ball into the middle. Peters needs to win this. Might fall for Lucas Moura. He skied it. Poor effort in the end from the Brazilian. Goal kick Burnley. Nick Pope won't be in any rush. Looks like there's a Burnley change, does there?
Yeah, well, it's just...
I think Barnes is warming up a little bit more aggressively.
Just looking...
Oh, what chance this was to make it 2-0. Ping pong in there, isn't it? In the end, Jay's stabs it. Outstretched boot.
He can almost, I think,
just cushion it in off his shin. Off his shin, that'd have been a goal, wouldn't it?
Just almost take a touch as well, I think.
Yeah.
Weirdly, we mentioned the conditions. This is probably as calm as it's been.
It has, actually.
Condition-wise, the rain has kind of slowed right down. The wind perhaps isn't as much, and I'm going to be made to look very silly when it goes out of play there, but...
Veghorst on the chase here, just never stops running up against Dyer. Rodriguez has gone ahead of him. Good from Burnley. Rodriguez, does he go to the corner? He does, I think, in the end. Good skill. It's back with McNeil, who's been sensational today. Looks to get the cross in, looking for Veghorst. Does get a touch, and Lennon scampers after it. It's with Roberts. Men in the middle now, Roberts. Done well with that. Tries of shoot. Here's Brownhill with a shot. Wide of the target. He's so confident now. We're inside the final 5. Now then, Spurs will throw everything at Burnley here. They're playing it short, and they've kept 5 up. But they've got to be careful here that they don't commit on the press, because Spurs have got so many men forward. It's with Son. Back again for Winks. Nobody's left Turf Moor early tonight. It's with Winks. Final 4 minutes. Kulusevski for Winks. Back inside for Dyer. Here's Davis. Wide for Bergwijn. Looking to tease his man. On for Son. He's so mobile, Son. Ball into the middle for Bergwijn. Looking to tease his man. Ball into the middle. Ben Michel clear. Runs into trouble a little. Balloons up. Back into the middle. Save Pope. It's come to nothing. Players down here. But they've got to get it away if they get an opportunity, I think, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's Davis, I think, who perhaps just feels the brunt of a
It's no foul, is it?
No, it's kind of, just catching.
Surely was offside, I think, on Son, by the way.
Yeah.
It balloons up off the attacker, doesn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Wasn't given, but never mind. Boot from Pope. Weghorst, judged to have fouled his man, jumped into him. Final 3 minutes, ball not.
Here we go. This is the Burnley change. It is going to be Ashley Barnes, I think. Yep, there it is. It's getting a final few instructions from.
It's Weghorst to come off. What a reception he'll get. He's been fantastic again, hasn't he, Andrew?
Yeah, Eric Dyer complaining that he's not coming off at the James Hargreaves end. Graham Scott almost just waved it away as if to say, "Come on, what's your issue here, boys?" You know what I mean? Brilliant again today from Weghorst.
He has been great.
The glue that's holding the kind of attacking side together.
Palace are 3-1 up at Watford.
Oh, big celebrations there.
Could be a big night for Burnley. Zaha's got the third. Burnley go there on Saturday. Barnes on now for the final, 2 minutes plus time added on.
I mean, he looks absolutely
shattered. Every game, hasn't he? He's given it absolutely magnificent. Been in for extra training, though, since the Brighton game. Here's Cork down that right-hand side. He's got Barnes ahead of him. Uses Barnes. Barnes up against Dyer. That's a foul. Won the free kick.
Brilliant
90 seconds of the 90 remain.
Oh,
Dyer's got to go in the book there. Gone face to face with the linesman. Surely the officials.
It's a foul.
It's a clear foul, isn't it? It's a clear foul. He's got to book Dyer. Simply not acceptable.
I'm beginning to think that
he hasn't got his cards.
Graham Scott's left his cards in.
That's a shocker from the England international. Going face to face with the linesman.
I mean, the linesman, to his credit, just basically said,
of course he does.
Just go away. Just go away.
It off, yeah.
You know?
Almost the final minute now of the 90. Burnley have committed men forward again here. Everybody back for Spurs. Got to watch them on the counter here, though. It is swung in again. Burnley win the header, but it's wide. And Tarkowski and me sprint back to get back in position as Lloris goes after the ball. How much added time do you think, Andrew?
3 minutes. I mean, it seems par for the course, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah.
3 minutes.
It might be 4.
Could be 4.
Might be 4.
4 substitutions. The fourth official just
getting it ready, I think,
just
isn't he? Almost foul on Son here. So free kick inside.
It's not from there. It's not from there.
I know he's got, and it was moving as well, wasn't it? Oh, it was moving as well. Here's Winks. We'll find out shortly. It's wide with Kulusevski. Bergwijn's screaming for the ball on that far side. Burnley have got to find the energy from somewhere here. It's with Winks. Cries have come on Burnley. Bergwijn against Roberts, looking to take him on. He's come inside, decent ball. Tarkowski with a header away. It could be a massive couple of minutes for Burnley here.
3 minutes.
It's three additional minutes. Andrew called it right. We're in that now. It's with Winks on in turn for Kulusevski. Burnley've got to find a way here. The Swede gets a cross in. He's picked out Bergwijn. He'll keep it in play. Oh, he hasn't. And he's allowed Roberts to nick it. And he's fouled Roberts as well.
That'll do.
Wow, that'll waste a bit of time. That'll waste a bit of time.
Let's just calm it down. I mean, that again, to me, is a booking.
It looks that way. It looks that way, doesn't it? They're not happy. It's only 3 minutes, aren't they? Conte's embarrassing himself with the fourth official, John Moss.
I mean, you mentioned a couple of years ago the game against Spurs. That was a game
full of controversy. Yeah,
embarrassed himself at the end as well, didn't it? When their title.
I'm not convinced about Conte at Spurs, I must say.
I think he's very volatile, and Spurs have a weird relationship with volatile managers, don't they? If you think about Mourinho, and they're kind of managers who do quite well and then suddenly get the ump a bit.
Here's Pope with a free kick. We've played 1 of the 3 minutes. Cork will have to jump and try and win that. Is it going back to Pope? It is. He'll be able to pick this up. Not in any hurry to do it. Almost teasing Harry Kane to come to him. Kane hit the bar with that header. Fantastic save to deny Davis from Pope. And Pope will kick this now. Looking for Rodriguez and Barnes. Need to win the ball in the middle of the park here. Cork just hacks it out of touch. Almost Johnny Wilkinson style for a throw. Deep into the 2nd minute of added time. Burnley are so close here. Cries have come on Burnley with Dyer. Back to Lloris. Lloris has got to go long here. He's got to try and pick out Kane. He's doing that now. Tarkowski to jump with Kane. Times his header well, wins it. Barnes to try and win the next ball. Battles away. Here's Lennon driving forward, taking men on, doing what he does well. He's running out of play on that far side. We're in the third additional minute now. Maybe 45 seconds remain. Here's Dyer. One last attack for Spurs, perhaps. Romero. Burnley just got to see it out, perhaps now. Roberts to win it. Heads it away and out of play. It'll be a throw. Maybe 25 seconds left of the 3 additional. It is a minimum, remember. It's with Dyer. Everybody back for Burnley. Into the box. Peters leaves it. It goes behind for a goal kick. Have you ever seen a goal kick celebrated quite like that? They won at City on Saturday. They're going to lose at Burnley
Nick Paul,
on Wednesday night.
I think pretending he doesn't know where the ball is.
Was.
Kulishevsky's got it for him.
But the time surely is up. Surely when Pope takes this kick, it's all over. Kulishevsky's not happy. Graham Scott sorted it out. Nobody has left Turf Moor. It could be one of those sensational Turf Moor nights. Surely when Pope kicks this, Spurs are appealing. There's no time left. It's over. Surely he's got to blow. Pope with the kick. He's blowing. What a win. What a win for Burnley. They have been magnificent tonight. They crowned the referee, Spurs. They can't have any complaints. Antonio Conte is disappointed. Burnley were magnificent. The header from me wins it. What a sensational night for Burnley. The captain led by example. Burnley won. Tottenham Hotspur 0. They're not happy. They can't have anything to complain about. Andrew, Burnley was sensational.
Yeah, just embarrassing really from Spurs, I have to say at the end, crowding the referee. It's gone. The game's gone.
It's gone, hasn't it?
What are you trying to change at that point? He's not gonna get everyone back on, is he? What a result. I'll be honest, you know, you can check this. I was talking to Callum Campbell, Alistair's lad, a couple of days ago. He asked me where I thought the wins were going to come from. I said Spurs at home today. I said Spurs today we'd get a win.
Yeah, you know, this is a different Burnley. They found a new resolve, haven't they? And look at the celebrations, Andrew. Ben Mee's leading them. They were better than Spurs on the night. Yeah, it's absolutely. A magnificent result.
Listen, Spurs were good. They came out second half, really pressed. But again, one good save from Nick Pope. He's not done a lot, yeah. You know. What a win tonight that is. What a fantastic performance again. We had the energy first half. You know what, and I think it's a deliberate ploy that coming out second half, you know, perhaps soaking up a bit of pressure, getting that second wind and going again. We asked if we could match that intensity going through the second half.
And we did.
We absolutely did.
Absolutely.
Perhaps the first 15 minutes of that second half, the foot came off the gas a little bit. That was always going to happen. Got the goal, never really looked in danger, I have to say, after that.
No, I didn't think so. And Ben Mee's leading the celebrations, going to all 4 sides on what's been a magical night. He really loving it. It's a sensational result. Tarkowski's there as well, and they're just making sure they're celebrating with the fans. This is a different Burnley. Burnley are back. They're up to 20 points. They're within 2 points of Newcastle now. It's a sensational result. I mean, we'll stay with it just for a minute or two because the players haven't left the pitch yet. I think it's one of those old-time special nights at Turf Moor.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I said to somebody on the concourse, look, we get a good result against a big side at least once a season. I just felt tonight, after the Lord Mayor's show for Spurs, you know, yeah. I said before kick-off, we wouldn't give them the chances City had to hit us on the break. And we didn't really. A couple of times we looked a bit outnumbered. But you know what? What a Burnley side, led by that man we can see on screen, Wout Weghorst. Yeah. He sets the tone, I think. He really does set the tone.
He's got ice on his knee, but he's going to be the last person to leave the pitch. The crowd absolutely love him. He is going to be some signing, isn't he? Let's hope we can patch him up for Palace on Saturday. And Palace have won 4-1 at Watford. Liverpool are 3 up against Leeds. The results have gone for Burnley. But Andrew, the most important thing is Burnley have got the result.
They certainly have. But look, what we've talked about a few times, it's another clean sheet. Another clean sheet. You know, if you look, the last few matches, Spurs, Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool conceded 2 goals in that time.
Yeah,
2 goals, one against United,
it's a different Burnley.
One against Liverpool.
It's a
2
different
wins,
Burnley.
a draw and a loss in them 4 games against 4 of the so-called Big Six.
Brilliant. Greasy, thank you very much, mate.
buddy.
Thank you. Burnley won it by a 1-0. A sensational night at Turf Moor. Ben Mee's 71st minute goal. A superb header from Brownhill's free kick has won it for the Clarets. They got a Palace on Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff. Andy Hodgson will be there with me for that one. Massive game at Palace. But Burnley are on the move. They've won for successive games for the first time this season. It's massive for Burnley. Ben Mee the scorer. Burnley 1, Spurs 0. I'll see you on Saturday.